was vital information, man.
Hey, how you guys?
Too bad Coach isn't there.
Ben says thanks too. Ben says thanks.
Yeah, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer. What is it? 5:13. So, I paused mine. Did I pause? Did I not pause?
Oh,
No, that was me. That was me.
Okay, that was
half second. Yeah.
someone other than me. So everyone's just gonna have to put up with my white balance being all jacked. Okay, so just bear with me this week. Hopefully I can get it fixed by next week.
I'm subscribing. I'm stopping. This is the last year.
Yeah. Please unsubscribe this week and then resubscribe. Actually, that kind of helps a little bit. Do you remember a time when they would ask people to do that? People would ask people almost weekly to unsubscribe and resubscribe to help their numbers. Like that's how messed up not just Google's algorithms, but I think everybody. I think Facebook. I can remember guys doing that on Facebook, or people doing that on Facebook and everything. It wasn't too terribly long ago. That was the way it was. Let me get a link up here in the chat. Everybody, I want to get this out there because you know, we're going to be missing someone crucial from the show today. Andrew said he's not going to make it.
Andrew,
just just putting that out there to everybody, because.
And Joe, that reminds me, not now, of course, but remind me to ask you. I'll ask you in a Marco Polo video about that sound that you just played.
Okay.
I'm curious about that. I think I know what it is, but then I thought later maybe I don't think I know what it is.
Yeah, that's so. Once again, Andrew will not be with us today. So
we are such 12-year-old.
Yeah, we're just terrible people.
He didn't want to drink all his black and tans too quickly.
Yeah, he wouldn't drink all the black and tans and all that. So let me see if I can mess with my headphone settings a little bit here. I'm not quite. Yeah, I'm not quite hearing everything for some reason. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But so, hey, Pat, we got Pat in here today. We've got Roger here. Oh, Lance the Lush is in here, man. Man, we've got a bunch of cats in here, don't we, today, man? By the way, we should have. Well, I guess Coach is on the road right now. He's on the road to Arizona. Wasn't there a song like that? Who sings that song?
Willie Nelson, On the Road Again.
No, but there's Isaac Hayes. Didn't Isaac Hayes sing that? Like, by the time I get to Arizona or something?
Oh, Glenn Campbell, by the time I get to
Phoenix.
Yeah.
So he's on his way.
Isaac Hayes.
Yeah, there was multiple versions, huh? That's right. Yeah.
Me too. That was by the time to get to Phoenix by Glenn Campbell.
Wow, everyone's got the Glenn Campbell version. I've got the R&B version for real. I had no idea there was a Glenn Campbell version.
What's up, Lance?
Howdy.
What's up, Lance?
I see Lance for like a year.
Oh no, man, Lance has been on recently, huh?
Lance was just on 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, back with a fast internet connection. Now I'm back roaming around again.
So what kind of setup you got going on there, man? I noticed you got the green screen and multiple lights pointing in the same direction. What's...
Yeah, what I'm doing is right now, so everybody know.
You got collared button-down shirt with a tie. Look at you.
Oh yeah, that was work stuff today, but it's No, I'm trying to get an actual studio set up again. It's like I'm still having lighting issues.
Ah.
Yeah, and I just can't shake it. I don't know why.
Yeah, Lance is the true professional around here.
Oh, look at that. Lance the handsome today. Look at you.
Oh yeah, looking kind of good today.
Well, one of these days we're gonna grow up around here and have our lighting as good as Lance the Lush. As you can tell, I'm a little yellow today. So
I'm not complaining about your background, Joe.
yeah. The problem is the main thing, this green yellow thing in front of the camera. That is the issue, man. Hey, Pat, you haven't been with us in a little bit. What are you having, brother?
I have actually opening it right now. I got the latest release of Tombstone, Spawn of Earp.
Oh wow!
Cool.
Double IPA.
Ooh.
Spawn of Earp.
Yeah, it's a 2019 release. I think it came out actually. It's a little like a month ago now, so maybe not quite. Maybe a few weeks.
Wow,
Now,
that's a pretty unique name.
Did I read that right?
What's that?
Is the brewery Casual Point?
Casual Pint's a bar, so the brewery is
okay.
is Tombstone. So they brewed it like for their first anniversary, and now I think they brew it every year for their anniversary. So it's like a nice hazy.
Oh,
Pretty thing.
it made me a believer. I'm telling you what, man. That is that was enough of a sample for me, man. You know. Dang. That was,
Yeah, you gotta try more of their stuff, man.
that was the real deal right there. Oh, wait, hold on. Time to start the show. Okay. That's my old alarm. I still haven't changed it. Because I forget until right now, and then I'm like, oh, I need to change that.
Yeah.
No better time than the present.
Okay, everyone pause. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. So let me share the screen on this one, man. We've got 1,600 ratings on here, 237 in the last 30 days. 8.3% and 4. Look at this, a 4.27. Boom! Arizona is catching up to the East and West Coast.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a good score.
That is a fantastic score. So what are you getting out of this terrible beer from that terrible brewery over there?
I don't know. Same stuff I get from all their IPAs. Just good fruity hops, not really any of the kind of grassiness or pininess at all. But yeah, really, really juicy, really drinkable. You know. I don't know. I don't know what kind of hops they use, but it's good.
It doesn't say on there what.
No, not on this one.
Some sort of Citra. There's got to be Citra in there.
Yeah, and I actually got a can of their latest release is a single hop Citra, which I've had before, but they just they rotate. There's only like maybe I don't think they have any beers that are actually consistent with them. Maybe a little bit, but they don't have any like core releases at all. And every time they release their IPA, they change the hop balance and all that kind of stuff. So I think they make like the dank fruit double IPA and some stuff like that.
Dank.
That is like a regular, like that's an unchanged between batches, but they don't release it with any kind of schedule or any, you can't always get it. Like I don't think there's any beers they have where you're going to be able to find it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of interesting.
I just as a preview, fellas, I am going to crack this one open today. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you looking at it.
Macaroon.
Yeah, take a look at that. Yeah, baby, look at that labeling. Yeah.
I've seen that one and I keep on passing by, but it looks good.
I'm interested what you think about that one.
Now this is for the fat guy on here because it's got like cake and it's got bakery on the front and then it's got like donuts. You know what I'm saying? So this is like, for fat guys, this is like the ultimate because it's beer and cake and like it says macarons and bakery on the front and everything. So it's everything we could possibly want, I would think.
It's like the voodoo donut, or you're not sure yet?
Oh, it better be better than that. Oh, God. It better be better than that. Oh, my God. I hated that beer. I can't say I hated it. It just that beer didn't live up.
Oh, okay.
To say the least.
So Clown Shoes didn't deliver on that one then, basically.
You know what? And a credit to them because I think that was the first of these kinds of beers.
It was, yeah. That was a few years ago.
Yeah, that was Road Lance. Not clown shoes. That was Rogue.
Rogue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was the Pepto-Bismol bottles.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? But a credit to them because that was the first, as far as I can remember, the first. Because that's already been a handful of years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it's been a while.
5 years at least. Yeah.
So yeah, credit to them because that was, you know, that's tough to pull off. You know, nowadays, man, you know, we can get someone out of their bathtub pulling this off. So, you know, I mean, please don't, you know, don't send that to me. I don't. You know, we're even getting like bourbon barrel aged versions of it now, right? Like, I mean, come on. So, what are you having, Earth?
I'm having a Fiesta Island from Latitude 33, the key lime pie.
Oh.
No chart.
No chart. Exactly.
I've seen that here. That just got here. I haven't tried it though. I haven't tried anything from them actually.
What was it again? Earth. Sorry.
It's called it's Latitude 33. It's Fiesta Island key lime pie.
Fiesta Sierra. All night long. All night.
And it's just a huge lime IPA. Big time limes.
He said Fiesta. I'm the only one that thought of that song. All right, see how it is.
Yeah.
You guys remember what was it, the Citrogelic, but with the lime version?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lime
Yeah. So this one's cranked up to 11.
Okay.
Oh wow.
It's like extra lime. Yeah.
Super duper lime.
Yeah.
So do you like it?
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
It's really good, really refreshing. It's
Kind
I don't know.
of sweet part, just enough.
It's very balanced.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little sweetness in it, you know, but it's not enough to give you that burn or anything. So
Okay.
Yeah. I've never had a lime IPA I really liked. I had it was like a Stone Ruination with fingerling limes at a bar years ago now in LA. And I found it actually like undrinkable, which is like shocking to me because I love Ruination.
Oh.
And it was like the lime. It was almost like drinking lime juice. It was so.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I went over the top with the lime juice.
Yeah, which I mean, I like lime, but.
actually, I think they put lactose in this to give it just a little bit of a,
really?
Yeah, that would help. I would. Yeah, that would kind of balance out the lime.
yeah, it's got vanilla in it,
Yeah,
so
like
it kind of offsets that.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense if you're going for a key lime pie versus just lime.
Mm-hmm.
Super refreshing. It's a great beer. I had to go get more of it.
I don't know if we get Latitude. I'm gonna have to look for that. I don't know if we get Latitude. Are they a California brewery?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, probably not then.
I don't know how far they go. I would think Arizona might be.
Yeah, we just started getting them, I think, unless they're just a new brewery. I've only seen them real recently, so.
Pretty regional beer then. Yeah.
I'm having a hell of a time trying to find.
Oh well, I guess they just have to go out to California.
Road trip.
I know, right? Rod, why don't you go ahead and tell us what kind of deal you got on what beer you're having?
Why's it gotta be all about a deal? But
I don't know.
now that you brought it up,
Not to disappoint, that's for sure.
No.
the new Belgium Brute IPA, which happened to be a deal that I got from Jo over at the Party Source, was $4.99 a 6-pack.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah, during their purge
Yeah,
down there.
was that.
Yeah.
Date was still good, so I said I'll take some.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think about the Brute, man? I've had it.
This one's actually a little smoother than the one that I had from Sierra Nevada. I actually don't mind a brew style, but I like some beers that have that effervescence, if you will. I'm trying to get that dryness from that style, but it seems to be a hit or miss for a lot of people in that some people either love it or they hate it.
Yeah.
Not many in the middle, I've seen.
It seems to be kind of like to me, like chili beers, like I think for some people, you hear brute and you hear that style, and you really there's an expectation, and so you kind of want to get some of that effervescence, like you say. And if it's mild, then that's kind of a disappointment for some. Like chili beers, like some people want heat, and if they don't get heat, even if it's supposed to be spicy food, they really don't like it. They want heat, they want hot. Versus, someone like myself might just want more of the flavor or just more of the.
Right.
I'm fine with if their style was to go with just a hint of it. I'm okay, Just do it well. It better be in there. If it's in the description, it better be in there.
On the label, it better be in the bottle.
It better be in the bottle. You bet. Yeah. So, but I've had it. Anybody else had the Brute from New Belgium?
I have. Yeah.
I have not yet, but it's on the list for me.
Yeah, it's not bad, man. Let me share the screen on this one. I guess I haven't logged it, but I've definitely had it.
I'm that guy that's not a super fan of that style, but I don't know. I guess if one comes around, it might change my mind.
Yeah,
I've had probably like half a dozen different versions of it, and not really fond of it.
Again, I think it's a style overall that not going to get too much more higher rating than this, right? Like we've got 20,000 total ratings on here, 369 in the last 30, 6.7% ABV, 55 IBUs, and a 349 rating. Which I think that's I don't know. Anybody else know any other brutes that are higher than that? Like you're like,
it depends on I've had a better brute from Black Cloister up in North Ohio, but it's not one a lot of people are going to get. They do a pretty good brute IPA.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, the big companies that are mass producing them, like New Belgium and Sierra Nevada, they're all kind of whatever. But you're probably going to have to get a small batch from a brewery that nobody else can get that'll be actually really good.
Yeah, and it is somewhat of an acquired taste. For it.
I just now noticed Jay Vega's comment. Joe is high yellow. I haven't been called that in a long time, and he's absolutely right today. Yeah, absolutely. And he says, I need your expertise on something. Earth is from Mars?
I could be.
Yeah. I don't know too many brutes though that I would even give a 4 to though. You know what I'm saying? A 4 rating. Is there any brutes that come to mind that you would? I feel like brutes are kind of a brown. Like I love browns, but I don't know too many browns, and I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a very niche market with those.
Yeah.
You get
like
that,
I said, it's knowing that, like, if you drink some of the beers, like, from overseas that are kind of in that same type of mold, kind of used to them, but most people probably aren't used to them.
Yeah.
Do you guys get 2 old beers in Arizona?
I don't know. Pat, you seen anything?
We get a handful, yeah. And
if you guys get the Mr. Series over there, I would challenge Joe to get Mr. Brown.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think
and he might change his mind on that last comment.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I take it that's a brown ale.
Yeah.
It's a brown, but it's packed with all kinds of stuff that if you didn't know any better, you'd probably think it was a stout.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely
one of those
browns
pastry stouts.
I've had browns that will have like other stuff in. I'm more like barrel aged and weird stuff like that I really like. But yeah, for the most part, I'm with Joe. It's like an amber, same thing. Like I'm never gonna love an amber.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That was better explained than me. Yeah, like you took it farther. So you're gonna get like a barrel aged or an Imperial brown, perhaps, but. Your standard brown, they've got to do something else with it. You guys know I love browns, but
yeah, if it's traditional with no adjuncts, then yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, I mean, it can be well brewed, but they're a pretty basic beer by design.
Yeah, they're a session style. It's a session style. I mean, that's just, and I think that's what a brute is.
Just nice and flavorful, but not over the top, and just you can drink it all day long.
Yeah, you're not going to go, dear mama, I just had the best brown ale I've ever had.
Well, the thing is, it's like there's nothing wrong with the beer. The beer is still made the same way. It's just time caught up with it. That's all.
Yeah.
So I don't think we get the Mr. Brown, but I just looked it up. The 2009 edition says it's an Imperial salty caramel cookie dough, double coffee fudge, chocolate milk, hazelnut,
That's
butter,
the one.
vanilla, cocoa,
is
double
that
brown
the
ale.
one?
What?
I challenge anyone to pick that one up and not be amazed by it.
Yeah.
Are they trying to stuff so much into that beer?
You even had Tom peek up there a little bit, like, what's
Trust me,
going on here?
it's working on me.
No, yeah,
Just pull the trigger on it.
Like the
you
devil on that one.
messaged me, right, in Untapped. Didn't you message me or something about that, the description on that?
Yeah, that's the one we had on here probably a month ago or a month
Yeah.
and a half ago.
Yeah, that was pretty pretty crazy. Tom, what are you having, brother?
Oh man, I went to the liquor store. It's Grimm and Other Half. They did a collaboration. It's the Jam Don't Shake.
Oh,
It is their peanut butter and jelly stout Imperial stout with peanut butter, raspberries, and milk sugar.
I'm going to put
I
the
saw-
over-under.
I
I'm going
saw
to put the
one
over-under on
bottle.
that.
And I was like, I'm fucking going for it.
I put the over-under on that being like a 4.3.
I'm
That'd
kind
be
of
a
sad.
415 at least.
It smells like raspberry schnapps almost. It almost like the alcohol comes through a lot. It's a 17% alcohol. So it definitely
Damn.
it is.
Wow.
This is
Now, I have a question. Now it comes trucking in immediately, or is this like you don't expect it till you stand up?
yeah, the second one.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
You don't really. I mean, it smells more. It doesn't taste as much as it smells alcohol wise.
okay, but as when you're saying as much, let me go to the description on this one. Then I want to get into this a little bit.
A little bit of cooler and-
17% is tough to cover up.
Yeah.
27
drink it
total ratings on here, 257 in the last 30 days. Classified as an Imperial Stout, 17% ABV, 392 rating.
Okay.
That's lower than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, some people didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
If it was 12 or 13,
Too big of a beer for them.
Yeah, it's an outrageously delicious collaboration with our Brooklyn neighbors, Other Half. This PB&J inspired Imperial Milk Stout bursts out of the glass with mammoth flavors of raspberry jam and salty roasted peanuts. At a whopping 17 ABV, the alcohol is incredibly well hidden within a variety of elixir of oats, caramel malts, and roasted barley. So,
Let me ask you a question, Joe, real quick. So, you had that up there where you had, I was going to ask you because you had it up there.
Oh.
I was looking at the one rating that popped up, and she gave it like a 0.75.
Yeah.
But then it's like you see she had a taster, and something like that, you're not giving it the full chance to actually probably get to where it needs to be.
Yeah, you gotta let the beer like develop, right?
Right. So,
like when you drink scotch or
It's
bourbon.
like that rating system where you got to get rid of the highest score and the lowest score.
Yeah, I think that should always be like.
and we've talked about that before, but see, I was going to give Melinda some credit because hey,
That's a full glass. It looks like a full glass.
how you doing? I mean, I'm just saying.
that ain't no that's a nice size taster. That's a taster.
No, I'm just. Now, do you want the taster or to taste her? I'm just saying.
Well,
She gave Bud Light 3 1/4, so I don't know.
That's not a. That's a.
I don't know if you can trust her or not.
I can't think that being a taster. She may have had a sip from somebody's beer.
Yeah, I think that the thing is like a 0.75, like the beer should be infected or something if you're gonna rate it that way.
Yeah.
Well, I think the problem is it was not a cheap beer. This was like $15.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely like I only bought it because I was like, you know what, fuck it.
Well, $15 for how big? For how much?
It's like one of these bottles.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good sized bottle, though.
Like an 11
It's,
pound bottle.
It's basically a pint. 17 ounces.
16.9.
500 mil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like a 16.9 ounce, I think.
I want to
So.
say I
Yeah,
gave something
exactly
like that for this.
Now I have a question. Now,
That's gonna be really good.
I think people would pay that for Bourbon County too. So
I did it last week. $20.
I have a question on this particular
Well, the
one.
vanilla version.
Now, my question would be like, is the milk itself is listed in the description? Is it trying to dumb it down to keep it under 20%, or you can't taste it at all?
Well, the milk sugar would bring up the ABV. That's probably it. Probably brought it up more than bring it down.
Yeah.
I'm not from the taste itself I'm referring to.
well, it's adding that creamy layer part to it, but then when you have a PB&J, what are you usually having it with? A glass of milk.
Yeah, exactly.
So that creaminess adds into it. Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I need more fans in here, man. I need way more fans.
I'd have to give it to Jack Abbey's. Jack Abbey blows this out of the water. That peanut butter and jelly is absolutely amazing. It's so good. Like it actually tastes like peanut butter. It layers the jelly with the peanut butter and I don't know. It's so good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a tough one to do, man.
Craziness.
What does Billy D say about beers like that, man?
Well, Billy D is a fan of the brute. I bet you didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
not the kind that you drink, the kind you splash on yourself.
That's right.
So does Billy D approve, or he's still on the fence?
Of the brute he approves.
Oh,
By
okay.
Fabergé.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I did just want to say real quick here, Joe. It's a Mother Earth kind of night for me here. Finally available in singles. I got the Cali Cream and Ale.
Nice.
Yep. And then, Joe, I don't know if you can get this one from Mother Earth in your area. I don't know if you've ever heard of this one.
Whoa.
That's a new one.
What
Yeah.
I haven't seen that this week. What is that?
Joe's gonna run out to the store.
Yeah.
You better run and get me some of that.
Y'all been holding back on me.
Their appearance.
I am going to message. I'm going to DM them for sure.
Yeah.
They need to get that in my area.
So,
It's chicken time.
That's a pretty serious offense right there.
I heard that was a pretty good one.
Have you had it yet? Are you, or is that going to be your first sample?
oh no, I did. It was available in multi-packs here about 3 months ago, and I bought the variety 12-pack that had that and Cali Cream and Ale and two others. So yeah, I've had them both before.
All right.
And yeah, I love them both. Love this Cali Cream and Ale. Love it. So, but who cares about that craft beer crap? We want liquor, right?
Yeah, we want, yeah.
Okay. Well, updating the news from last week, I mentioned last week that Fear had started a new video series about how making better malt liquor videos can lead to living a better life. His Game That Ain't a Game series. He had already uploaded 8 parts of his 10-part series. Well, this past week, he uploaded his last 2 parts. Part 9 was entitled Pride, and the final part, Part 10, was named Success. And then with the posting of Part 10, Fear proceeded to delete all 10 of those videos.
What? How? Why?
Was Pride
Never to be seen again.
Was Pride in connection to Pride Month that he did it for?
Actually, he worked that into it. Yeah, he did work that.
Oh, okay. So he did his coming out or something? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
You don't got that song, do you, Joe?
I'm
coming out.
There's no song for that. Just, yeah.
So anyway, this past week he started a new series. It's going to be a 4-part series named after the slogan on the Hurricane Malt Liquor label. Be bold, be smooth, be powerful. And so those are the names of his 3 videos that he's uploaded so far. And he's going to upload a part 4 that he always adds, that he added himself to the 3-part. when Fear says it, he says, "Be bold, be smooth, be powerful, or be fucking gone." So,
And then he'll probably delete it after he
he'll
puts up
delete
the
those too.
Yeah, he'll delete it. Yeah, that's right in line there. Yeah.
So we also had an interesting video this week. We don't have to watch it, but I just I need to report on this. This is pretty significant. Now we all know, the chairman is capable of downing mass quantities of food while he drinks his 40. Well, he uploaded a video this week called McDonald's 20-piece Mac Nuggets. And so what do you think he is going to eat, when you label title a video?
Well, as we've talked about, if it's on the description, it better be in the video.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I watched the video and then something made me just go back because I thought I saw a little evidence in the box maybe of something being left. Turns out he only ate 12 McNuggets in that video.
Oh,
what? You can't eat 20 McNuggets.
Crimes against the McNuggets.
Yeah.
Who laid it out that said this is what happens when you drink that much malt liquor?
Yeah.
And now his he can't even count to 20.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm waiting for 209 J Jones, the malt liquor referee, to blow his whistle. Throw his yellow flag on that one.
Yeah. He's just assuming because he's the chairman, he can skirt around the number.
Jay Vegas says, "Fear made a masterpiece, you fools." Lance, make a malt liquor video.
Well, there you go. You've been called out, Lance.
They asked, I got to get back in the game. I've been out of it now. I'm feeling froggy. I start getting back in it again.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got some video to watch here, Joe. I found this extremely entertaining, and actually, this is more than a week old. But I just I'm going to paste the link in the chat here.
Oh,
the group chat. And before you go to it, I want to say this really is going to be of interest to Joe and Mark because, as they have discussed on and off the show, everybody knows that Joe and Mark are both into vintage vinyl records and turntables. So it turns out we have a high-ranking member of the MLDC that is also into vinyl and turntables.
Wow.
So if you want to click on that link, Joe, there's no particular place in the video. You can just watch it at any point.
All right. Well,
and I'll leave it up to you to decide how long you want to watch it for. Where's Craig at? It's the UK chairman.
Oh, yeah. We haven't heard from this guy in a while. Oh, yeah. He's spinning tables. Look at that. Got the vinyl going.
Now, is that a good turntable? There's the question.
Yeah, that's
as a former DJ, I'm going to say not. It's a doable turntable, but
that's old school right there, man. That's how
he's mixing them all.
I was trying to zoom in and see if it had if his techniques is a good turntable. But usually don't have the covers on there. Usually covers are off.
Yeah, I have a technique right next to me.
Covers.
Yeah. And you usually have the tables turned the other way.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But hey, he's drinking malt liquor, man. I mean, come on, we all know what it does to your head.
I mean, he's scratching with a buzz, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean it's.
I don't think Kid Capri's worried yet. But.
Yeah. He's not putting him out of work.
But you know what? The cool thing is, he's actually doing it the way it should be done with the records, not the whole electronic stuff that we see nowadays. Which,
yeah.
I mean, back then when you had to go through records very fast to find what you wanted, it was a lot different.
Yeah, that's true.
Not to mention you threw your back out carrying crates.
Can you guys hear him?
Create a record is not light.
You
can't hear him?
I can hear him.
Yeah, hear a little bit, yeah.
I would say no to Mark's answer, Joe.
At least the UK chairman wears his mask straight. You know, his holes are in alignment.
I'm actually liking the collection. I'm going to look him up here and.
Yeah, I mean that
on his channel.
I mean, he's got some vinyl back there, so he's
yeah,
the show. Yeah,
he's got tons of vinyl. I mean, I'll give him that. Look at that. I mean, he's got tons of it. I'm coming up right behind him. I've got to admit, God bless. I've got more vinyl than I ever thought I would.
So there is one part of this you could go to, like about 16 minutes exactly. He does really start getting into it.
Yeah, well, it took that long for the malt liquor to start kicking in.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know, he's having fun.
Run DMC beat to the rap.
This guy, I'm telling you, man, that guy.
All right, Huffy 72, you won me over, my friend.
Yeah, he's all right. I mean, he's probably the one that I would definitely want to hang out with. This guy he just doesn't stop. This guy.
Yeah.
Even when he's sitting still, you're like, dang, you're 100 miles an hour.
He's the Energizer Bunny of the malt liquor community.
Yeah, he is just wow.
So I have to give him credit. I've never seen this is a unique. You know, occasionally somebody will do something totally unique with these videos, and this is
pretty good. Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah, man, I definitely can appreciate the music. I mean, I think that's where, you know, a lot of us can come together. And, you know, and to his credit, man, like Rod said, man, he's going old school. He's playing old school music, and he's got an old school system. I mean, I can relate to that. I've got a 30-year-old system sitting right here next to me.
Oh, he tried to cut the goddamn up. Uh-oh.
All right, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you got Dirk in there saying this is effing awesome, man. It is. It's cool, man. I don't know too many people are going to hate on that. I mean, that's...
Yeah, just sub to his channel. Put that to save to watch for later. So check it out. Drop him a note.
All right, man. You know? Just having fun with it, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be the best. Just have fun. You know? And that's, you know.
Oh, shit.
Look at that.
The anthem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right, man. You know? All right. What else we got, bro?
That's basically it. We could conclude just today. We know, since we know Vega is watching, I don't know. You know how some people will kind of accidentally upload something like a test or something.
Oh.
Here, I got the link pasted there. It's just like a 10-second J Vega video phone test. Make sure the sound is up though, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he might have mistakenly uploaded this today.
Test. Motherfucker. Dwarf. Malt liquor.
Could you hear that?
I heard a little bit. That's pretty funny.
Test. This is only a test. Motherfucker. Dwarf. Malt liquor.
That's it.
Just a test, but that was good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Like, even if a test, you have to cuss Dwarf out.
Yeah, you got to make sure to get that in.
Yeah.
You know?
So that is it for this week.
Cool, man. Hey, well, thank you very much, Billy D. Appreciate it.
Billy D's going to go slap on some more Brute now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, snap.
You got a date tonight?
Yeah. Brute and Cold 45 works every time.
That's right, baby. Slap on the Brute. Yeah, man. You guys have seen my clip speakers back here. I bought those in 1990, man, when I was in Germany. Those speakers have been all over the world. And this little black box that you can see over right there is 30 years old as well. And I've been jamming that thing today. Got it all hooked up again. And so, yeah, me and Huffy were on the same page, man, as far as, sporting the old school. I did put my iPad into it, though, and I was playing some music stream through Tidal.
Yeah.
Let me get to this beer, man. The brewery, right? Is that how you say their names? This is Bakery from the brewery. Boom, baby. Coconut macaroons. Yeah, I don't think I've had a macaroon yet, an actual official macaroon, but I'm about to have this beer.
You've never had a macaroon ever?
I just a few months back figured out what the hell they are.
Like fancy soft cookies to me.
Yeah, I've seen them, but I have not had one. I'm not real, in a hurry to get one.
Yeah, we actually have a macaroon bar here.
Oh, really?
Bakery. I call it a macaroon bar, macaroon bakery, whatever it is. But it's all macaroon.
I'm trying to here it is. Trying to find it here.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes on here for some reason Untapped gives me, and it's just this stupid browser, just the Chrome browser. It gives me fits on here sometimes. When I'm trying to search for stuff, anyway, that's behind this.
You're right. Jay Vegas says go watch the old OD videos, bum.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
he used to do it. Yeah,
he still
does. Yeah,
he still does. Yeah, but he uses all the latest stuff though.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
So 22,000 ratings on here, 1,200 in the last 30 days, 13%, no IBUs, and a 4.1. Classified as an Imperial Stout. Barrel-aged Imperial Stout blended with a pastry Imperial Stout with coconut and vanilla added. Here's some pictures, just in case you can't see mine very well. There's some photos for you. Again, another dark beer. I don't know. I don't know if you took that can out of there. If you could even tell what the hell that was. You know what I'm saying?
I would think it would be a Russian Imperial, that being that dark.
Yeah, I mean it again. I mean it's a lot of these dark beers, they're just dark, and that's it's hard to tell one from another really, unless you have the can or the bottle next to it. But we're gonna find out about this one right now. I've got my what do you call their tiki? What do you call these? The
TQ.
Yeah.
Can I'll be right back.
Yeah. That what he said. Of course, I'm gonna have to get a selfie, the beer selfie, because beers, they like their selfies. I mean, I don't know. Don't ask me. It's just that's what the beer wants. So here we go. See if we get smoke out of this. Again, tough to get smoke.
It's tough out of a can.
Yeah, out of a can. But here we go. See what kind of head we can get out of this. Of course, this is kind of a small glass too. It's not real big. Already, I'm getting some sort of sniffs off of this. You can see I'm still quite a ways away, but
I like the look of your glass, though.
Mm-hmm. It looks good in there, don't it?
Yeah.
That looks sexy right there. So let's see. Let's get a photo of this before the Viagra wears off. Let's see.
Before you get in the pool.
Yeah. You gotta get the selfie, before the Viagra wear off the beer, man. Because that head, you don't want the head going away, man.
You want to slip away.
Yeah, it slips away, man. Well, this is NASCAR. It's a race, baby. You better hurry up because here we go. Actually, I'm getting, like that kind of bready sweetness that you would get from baked goods,
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I am getting some alcohol though. Yeah, I don't know the alcohol or maybe the barrel. That could be the barrel. That could be that barrel aged. That could be. it could kind of be defined either way. I'm not getting a lot of coconut though, and this has been sitting out. It's probably just slightly cooler. It might be 50-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Not to get personal, you get any wood?
Let me put it in my mouth, see if we get.
Push it around a little bit.
I'm not going to say now.
I didn't get much wood. It's just sweet, baby.
It doesn't say what percentage is aged in barrels, does it?
No, well, not from this little description that you saw here.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I know if it says on the can. I know that like Deschutes and stuff always mentions that.
Let's see. Yeah, it just gives government warnings on here. And then on the front, Imperial. Yeah, no, there's not much of a description. Maybe if I went on the website.
Yeah.
I
was just curious because I wonder with these breweries if you could like age 10% in a barrel and say partially barrel aged or whatever.
Yeah. What if there's an actual requirement? There probably isn't.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
And what are you gonna do if you know what I'm saying? If they break it, you're like, oh yeah, don't serve that beer. Yeah.
Well, also, like, how you gonna? I mean, unless you go in and like investigate, be like, no, this is clearly tastes like 30%, not 50%.
I got you know what? For an Imperial, look how easily that moves around. That is a very light-bodied Imperial Stout. It really is. Look at that. That is not.
And you said it's like 14 or something, right?
13.
Yeah, that's one that'll sneak on.
Really?
Yeah.
Motor oil heavy?
It's got a slight sweetness. It's actually really good. It's got a slight sweetness to it.
Really? I would hope so.
Wow.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty fucked up if it wasn't sweet at all with the name like
right.
bakery and
right. You'd expect certain things.
I'm not now. Has Earth had this? Who's had this? Someone said they've had it.
I think
I think it was Earth.
Yeah, I've seen it a bunch, but I've just never picked it up.
Yeah, I haven't picked that one up from the brewery stuff that we get.
You know what? I'm getting some of that like barrel aging. I'm not getting a whole lot of coconut though. I've got plenty of this can left. This can's probably only maybe half empty. You know what I'm saying? It's no charge. So there's plenty of time to still figure this one out.
Now,
I was gonna say you're getting some woodiness, and so you get some of the barrel in.
I'm getting some of the barrel, but I'm getting some of that as far as like
the alcohol.
Yeah,
like vanilla sweetness kind of.
Like vanilla, like that. That's sort of a.
The oak isn't coming through anything really as much.
Not as much, no.
That's what I was going to ask. Like the coconut, is it way in the background for you?
I'm not getting any coconut. That sweetness, I suppose, could be interpreted as some vanilla, but I'm not getting much of that either.
Which is interesting because you can get like coconut flavors just off bourbon barrels,
Yeah.
So you'd think if you add coconut to it on top of that, you would get a lot of that.
I'm telling you, man. I know this is getting a 4.1. For me, it would get a 3.9, a 3.75. It's decent. But I wouldn't call it great. Not me personally. Not right now. Now, I'm gonna give this plenty of time. Let it really warm up and see what else we get. But for right now, I like how light it is, though. I definitely like that. Like you could have this with dinner or with lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bit of alcohol, but you could definitely have a really good hearty burger, a really good hearty whatever with it. But it better be something. It better be something just as stout as this stout, because the alcohol definitely needs to be caught up with, right? But maybe when Earth comes back, he can give us his thoughts on it. But
okay.
So with that sweetness, maybe to pair it with a dessert too.
Yeah.
You could. You know what? Because it's not a super overpowering type sweetness either, so you could make this a float. I just ate the rest of my vanilla ice cream too. Damn it! Or I could have put some ice cream right in this. Yeah, but it would be a good float beer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's not too sweet. It's as far as the sweetness goes, it's not too overly sweet.
So a good soft vanilla ice cream put in there, it really set it off.
I think it would. Yeah, to its credit, because it's not. None of the flavors are super overpowering. The alcohol is not even super overpowering. It's there. And if you're used to big ABV beers, it's not going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's going to knock you on your ass. But as far as the flavor profile, it's not going to like overwhelm you. You know.
Now we talking French vanilla or vanilla bean?
Yeah. Macadamia, or where's that from, man? Yeah, where's that from? But remember, we did have that discussion too. We had that whole discussion on different vanilla beans and where they were from when we had Zach on here, and he kind of broke it down, man. All these things get very specific, you know. It's the absolute truth these days, you know. It's not enough anymore. Well, we were just talking about a brewery, Rogue, that brew that donut beer. It's not enough anymore to brew a sour or to brew a coffee beer. We have to know where the coffee's coming from. We have to know how you roasted it. We have to know all these different things. You know.
It's funny because literally, like when I went to go visit Mad Tree to do them for the channel, we were literally doing interviews in their laboratory, like where they have all their chemistry stuff set up, and they literally have the flasks and everything like that, and how they measure stuff. I mean, it's basically like a little science lab that a lot of these breweries have nowadays. Yeah.
No. They absolutely do. Yeah, they absolutely do. You know, because there's a lot of times they're brewing a batch, and they don't know that it's going to be bad. You know, so it has to be tested. It has to go through all sorts of stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, no, we can't do that. We can't put that beer out there. You know, so that there's a lot of things that go into brewing a beer, and the bigger you get, the better, and the bigger that lab's got to be.
Yeah, that reminds me. I was going to ask something too, and I don't know if you guys ever spoke about it on the show, or I never brought it up on my channel, but it was a neat commercial, and I would think, Bum, you may have seen it too. It was there's a commercial, and I think it was Carlsberg that had done it, but it was talking about the science behind beer and how they're innovating stuff. And it's like a neat commercial, and it talks about, they got them all in the science, everything going into it. And in the commercial, like, people just think you do this, and a beer. They don't really understand the innovation that goes into the making of it. It's a pretty cool commercial.
No, I haven't. Who'd you say it was? Carlsberg.
I think it was Carlsberg that had the commercial that's running now.
No, I have not seen it.
Let me see. I think it was running the last couple of months. See if we can find it on here.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's very, very technical.
I'm trying to find some people that have given this. There's plenty of people that have given this beer very good ratings, and I'm trying to find someone that actually left a description. Okay, so here's someone that gave it just like a 4 1/4. It says heavy dessert beer, milk and dark chocolate, strong bourbon character. Yeah, I'm getting that too. Vanilla, boozy sweetness, not detecting coconut. Yeah, he got vanilla though. I'm not getting much vanilla. I'm getting everything else he said. I can get some milk and dark chocolate. I wouldn't call it dark chocolate, but I'd call it like a chocolate in there. Strong bourbon though, like I said, that barrel, you're getting that barrel aging off of this, which may be where you can get some vanilla, and that boozy sweetness. But like he said too, not getting coconut. I didn't get coconut out of this either.
Okay.
I actually put that link in the side chat, but the second one is actually the 30-second commercial clip on YouTube. It's actually they're using Microsoft. Yeah.
I'll let everyone go to that on their own.
Yeah. No, I was just sharing it with you guys, but it's really a neat commercial.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, no, it exists. We just can't watch it in America. Yeah. Well, you guys can't watch it in America for some reason. So
Craig can watch it.
Yeah, Craig can watch it. Neri can watch it. And anybody else that's not in America, our Canadian friends can watch it. Yeah. What you can do is get a VPN
I've done that a few times.
So on your VPN, then you can watch it literally because it's still up there.
Yeah,
it's getting hits. It's just a little slow because it's not for play here in America.
Yeah, that's for sure.
CBS put the kibosh on my. Is that like a compliment, Mark? Is that a compliment when I get CBS putting the kibosh on my video?
Yeah, I think so. It means you hit the big time.
I think we're so big.
You must be fake news.
Yeah. Next thing you know, Trump himself will be shutting us down because that we're that big.
Only broadcasting is shut you down. That's strong.
Share beer is one of the big enemies of the American people.
Yeah.
What did you get shut down on?
Well,
we did the episode a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks now. We played. Well, I played. I have to take full credit. I played a clip against a lot of protest. I played a clip of the boxing match, and that little it wasn't even a full minute, and I didn't even play any audio. That was all from their algorithm picked it up like that. That thing was done before the show was over.
Yeah, that's the one I was here for. That's the one. You
were here. Yeah,
the lost episode.
Yeah.
I lost one. I lost one because one of the guys played curling during the Olympics. The IOC shut it down. Like the International Olympic, you've been barred from playing this video. So
yeah,
for curling.
The thing of it is, it's only banned in America.
Yeah.
They only banned it in the United States. I've had other videos banned in the past, but usually they just want the money, so they don't want me to monetize it, but they'll still let it play. But that one they were like, they put the kibosh on it in the United States. You cannot play this in the United States. Will not be seen in the United States. So everybody, so Rajay, on your next trip to the Caribbean, check it out.
Yeah.
Hey, what were your thoughts on this bakery? Do you remember?
I thought it was all right. It was kind of disappointing, actually.
Yeah, because like
no coconut. It was just kind of.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yep. I'm barely getting.
I gave it like a 4, but it wasn't all.
Yeah, see, same thing. Because I think
it's gonna be.
I like I told the guy I would give it a 3.9 if I was able to give it a 3.9. To give it like a 3.9 or a 3.75. That's what I would give this.
But it's like if they promise an agreement on a label and they don't deliver, I think you're automatically taken down a notch.
Yeah, I mean that's just it. It says
coconut
on the top of the can. Coconut. Now serving coconut. It's the first thing. I feel like Seinfeld when you remember. Okay, this is you got to be hardcore like I am. Now, if you remember when George hired Newman to deliver those pizza things, what do you call it, calzones, to Steinbrenner. George got banned from the calzone.
Right.
And Newman called in sick because it was raining, and he was like, George shows up and he's like, through rain or sleet, it's the first one. He said, "What are you doing?" That's what I feel like. I'm a pretty hardcore. If anybody didn't know, I'm a pretty hardcore Seinfeld guy. So yeah. I don't know why.
Yeah, I had that beer in September last year. So.
Oh, okay. So it's been a minute, but you still.
I don't know if it's the same batch or what's going on, but I felt the same way back then.
Yeah. When is this? Let me see. We've got. This is March 13th.
It's an Imperial at 13. It should be okay.
Yeah, because I got it when it was relatively when it just dropped, so it didn't have it back then.
Yeah, and this is March, so I mean we're not talking too terribly far away. I mean the coconut shouldn't be that far gone.
People say, "Well, the favors of flavor, not that fast."
Yeah. Like you said, it's
right out of the bright tank.
Right.
the one thing I'll give it.
Yeah, it ran away.
I'll give it that it's thin. No charge. It's got a thin body, and at least for a 13% beer, like I said again earlier, I think you could put vanilla in this. Vanilla ice cream. I think it would pair really well, and especially as that ice cream starts to melt, I think it would add a creaminess and stuff to it that would be really, really interesting. If anybody does that, get back to me. I bet you that would add something to this beer that might make it special.
Well, in my area first.
Well, they have at least one new variant of it. It's not macaroon. They have another flavor.
Oh, do they?
So it's like a series, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay.
There might be two out by now. I know there's at least one other one that's past this one.
Freeze. Is it Freeze? Bakery Brunch?
Ooh.
Oh, no longer being produced. Let me see.
I don't remember what the adjuncts were.
Okay, so I'm not gonna share the screen because there's not much to see here. They call it a pastry stout. This one's Freeze, Bakery Brunch. A slushy style blended pastry stout with coconut coffee, maple syrup, and vanilla. That does sound a little more interesting than this one I'm having. 13% ABV. And actually the rating is lower. A 378.
I will flow style with this one. This is me personally.
I think sometimes you can add too much, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say, it might be too sweet for some people. You can't even finish it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They just start running in. They might have coconut in it, but it might just be overwhelmed by everything else.
So they have a banana bread version, a coffee coconut macaroon, Black Forest cake, it looks like.
Ooh, wow, that would be a good one. I think Black Forest cake would be a good one.
Yeah.
After Oscar Blues at Death by Coconut, it's like if you're putting coconut on something, you better have the coconut come through.
I mean, it better be in there. It is.
Or say slight traces of coconut or something.
It just better be in there. It's so disappointing when it's not. It really is.
This one's in there. That's for dang sure.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got there, brother?
This is a rye coconut stout.
Oh,
that's good stuff.
Patsy.
Right. I was just going to mention that. It's like that's probably my favorite coconut beer that
from the Barley Forge.
Yeah. I haven't had the nitro version, but the regular one's really good.
Yeah, I'm not impressed. I don't think they got the nitro right on this, but
yeah,
I don't think
I would just do the regular one is awesome.
I admire them for trying with nitros, but a lot of the craft breweries aren't getting nitro right.
See, this one doesn't have the widget in the can, so they're trying to put the gas in there.
To get good nitro, you need a widget.
I don't think they mastered the process yet. So.
I would love to have Zach in here for this because a lot of the craft breweries don't have.
Yeah.
It seems like in order to have nitros right, you got to be a big brewery.
Yeah, we just had one from Ryan Geising. You're supposed to shake it and then pop the can and pour.
Oh, good Lord! Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord! Yeah.
I think the widget is key, but the widget's got to be expensive. That's what I got.
But it's probably exclusive by Guinness. They probably got that baby trademarked and patented it.
Well, you see different widgets. You see different other breweries do widgets well, and they're bigger breweries or breweries that have been around for a long time.
Young
paid Guinness for the idea.
Young's. I saw it in Young's before it was in the Guinness.
Yeah.
So does left-hand bottles don't have a widget, do they?
No.
And they're actually good. Like I think their nitro's good.
Yeah, they
perfected it for sure.
It's got to be. I think it's like a temperature thing because nitrogen is so fine bubble. There's probably like a temperature thing that you've got to, and a certain pressure. Yeah, get it right. It doesn't do it. Yeah.
Let me go into this beer a little bit though, because before we get too crazy with nitro, because this one's classified as an American stout, but it's a rye stout, which is very specific. So you have a rye stout brewed with coconut.
Rye coconut stout.
Yeah, so that's a very.
Or it says coconut rye stout on the label.
Okay, well, same thing. So tomato, right? Just put it in your mouth, baby, and enjoy it.
You haven't had that one, Joe?
No.
I thought we talked about that.
Yeah,
that's really
the one I kept trying to tell him, which was the. I think this one is the Death by Coconut killer.
Yeah, I mean you can get that at Total Wine, and it's actually pretty cheap. Like I want to say a 6-pack's like $9 or something, or maybe a little more, but not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 10 something
pretty
out
cheap.
here.
That's pretty cheap, yeah, for that.
Yeah, that's not. I was. I can. What's funny is, for vinyl enthusiasts, I can get Raw J deals on vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
So I get Raw J deals on vinyl. On
how you get that? Everywhere I'm seeing vinyl, the prices are going up, or they're a lot higher than what they used to be.
I just paid $12 for an LP today.
What? Wow, why?
Was it an album or was it like a single or?
Yeah, an LP. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. I typically pay under $20 for records through Amazon.
Yeah.
For new, yeah. And if you know what you're looking for used, you can get good used ones, but you've got to be picky.
Oh yeah, you gotta take your time. That's to be the fun though. Back in the day, when you buy a record, take your time going through the record store. I mean, it was like a whole event back then.
And see, the thing of it is for vinyl, I'm like, okay, go to the record store, search through records and all this when I can get a brand new pressing for maybe, if it's in $5 different range, I'm like, screw it. You know what I'm saying? Because what's a good quality used vinyl copy going to cost me? Pretty darn close to what I can get it super cheap for on Amazon.
Oh, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? So if I can get it under $20, I'm in the ballpark is the way I'm looking at the rates of used vinyl has gone up. So I'm talking great quality copies though. You know how they'll have 5 copies in a record store, and you can get one for $3. Now I ain't putting my stylist on it, but you can.
You're gonna need four.
That's a lot of it.
You need 4 pennies for the needle head to hold it down to stop it skipping. 4 pennies will do it. If you don't know about pennies, you don't know about records.
Yeah. I'm not
very true.
I'll listen to it on your turntable, not on mine. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Depends on if you want that explicit version or not.
Right.
I don't need it that bad. Hey, there's digital.
Automatic
digital
censoring.
is my friend. Trust me, I will just listen to it on digital. You know what I'm saying? Screw that. But yeah, getting back to our nitro discussion, I just wanted to talk about that rye stout because I honestly can't remember the last. I can't remember. I know I've had some, but I just can't remember the last rye stout I've had.
Yeah, they're actually some of my favorite. That like little bit of spiciness is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely go get that one, Joe, knowing you like coconut.
Okay.
Yeah, if you like coconut, this one is all coconut.
But it's not like super sweet or anything either. It's just really good.
No, it's really good. But he has to try it so he can get his opinion on it.
Yeah, I'll have to. You know, it's sometimes it's not a matter of remembering. It's like, and that's the thing too. Let's say go into the beer store 7 years ago, 8 years ago, was tough enough, but you didn't have as much of a selection. One of the reasons why, not necessarily because they weren't making as many beers, but the distribution wasn't as good. And there wasn't as much craft beer in our regional areas where we do get distribution. Now there is so many craft breweries that are getting better, and so many that have been bought out. So there's a lot better distribution of beers, and we're able to get stuff even within our greater regional areas that we didn't used to. I just saw a posting, I think it was from I think it was from who's that one brewery that I really like? I think they had a posting. Their stuff is getting out to like North Dakota or something now, South Dakota.
Hot Butcher for the world.
No, not Hot Butcher. It was one of the peanut butter stouts that I like.
Belching Beaver.
I think it was Belching Beaver. I think they put out a thing. So I think if you're in South or North Dakota, hey, good at you, man. You can get.
Yeah, they're reaching out.
So all two of you can get the beer now. You know.
What's really interesting is here in Arizona. So like the stuff that like Total Wine Bevmo get, there's all that, and then there's like another tier that like the little bottle shops get, like local stuff like Tombstone, but like a couple of the local bottle shops that are kind of near me, like they started getting Bottle Logic stuff, even like their barrel age series, which is like the kind of stuff people like line up in lines for, at the brewery and that kind of stuff, and they've started getting those, and so it's like if you kind of know where to get it, it's kind of crazy how much you get, and that's my problem with like why I haven't picked up that bakery yet is because like it always looks good, but like you said, there's so many options that I tend to go for. Like I try to get local stuff if I can, especially like lately. If I'm buying something, spending a little more, I almost always go for Tombstone. Like if I can, it's something new from them, because that one bottle shop I go to, like right now, they probably have 10 different varieties from them, and like the oldest one they have is like a month old. Because it, like I said, the bottle shop owner actually drives down to Tombstone, Arizona, picks it up, and drives it back with each batch that they release. So
it's so awesome, man. Yeah, that is awesome. It really is.
Yeah, we have places that do that too. They'll actually go out and get that place's beer and bring it back so they can sell it to their customers.
They probably have like a regular pickup schedule. The brewery says, "Okay, we got this new beer coming out next Wednesday. Be here," and they just set aside some.
Yeah, but how do they get around the law? Because legally, you're not allowed to go buy from a retailer and resell it.
State is different.
Yeah, I think Arizona's pretty lax. Like, I mean, our laws are pretty just about anything goes.
Colorado is that way too, self-distribute. So the bar owners can go directly to like Zach's Brewery and pick something up.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. The licensing is different, and distribution is different. If you do it yourself, there's a lot of those little things that you can go around, or it may be something that you have to report. It can be done. You may report it, and if you're willing to pay whatever little fee, you pass it on to your customer, and as long as it sells and everything's worth it for you, you continue to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because the state will have leeway on a lot of stuff, of course, because they're setting ABV laws, a lot of stuff. But part of it does fall under ATF, which is federal.
Right? Yeah. It's so
that's what's kind of curious.
But that would only be like crossing state lines, right?
Not necessarily.
No. Different laws of the state, federal can still come in. Yeah.
The intrastate, you still have to do a lot of things for intrastate. What that falls under is intrastate. There's a lot of I know a lot about this stuff because that's what I do. But so there's a lot of little things that falls under. There's certain companies that can't do that. We're one of those companies that can pick up, and it's not just with alcohol. It's with a lot of things that you can't just necessarily pick up in state and deliver. Like, some things, it's kind of like, let's say a Canadian truck driving company. When they come here, they can bring something from Canada and they're supposed to pick up here and go right back. Right? That's part of those deals. And some of those deals with out-of-state trucking companies are similar. They're supposed to pick up and go right back out, and so some of those things fall into those deals as well. Like, but we're one of those companies that the other companies will bring their stuff to because we can pick up. We get a lot of business like that too because we can pick up in-state and deliver in-state. And some cases, if they're willing to pay the price, same day. So those are big deals. And sometimes that's why a company like Amazon, it takes a while for them to offer that service because you have to get all that red tape worked out. There's a lot of little things. It's not just alcohol. you know. But and then sometimes you just flat do it under the table.
Hey, you wouldn't have had NASCAR without moonshine. Right? So.
It might be one of those deals where he's just going and doing it, and no one said anything. So
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off here in a couple of minutes. So it's let you know what I just want to let you know I'm drinking right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you have? What do you have?
I'm having the Royal Docks Brewing Company's Backyard Crusher.
Oh, Backyard Crusher. Okay, sounds good.
This is an American lager.
Who's that by, Lance?
Royal Docks Brewing.
Okay. Yeah, they were actually ranked as one of the top 50 new breweries in the country.
Oh, were they really? Wow.
Yeah.
Where are they at?
They're out of Canton, Ohio. Look at me.
Yeah, in Ohio, we saw them and Platform were two that were ranked as two of the top 50.
I'm going to share the screen real quick before you get off here, Lance. That way you can elaborate on this. We got 3,000 ratings on here, 212 in the last 35, 6 ABV, 21 IBUs, and a 352 beer. You've got, and this is classified as a standard American lager. This isn't anything super crazy. So, what do you think about this?
It's pretty juicy for a lager.
Your quintessential daily driver.
Okay.
Now, so everybody knows, for the record, according to their official webpage, and on the can it says, at Royal Docks, we simply adore intellectually challenging brews that beckon on to explore the depths and praise each nuanced sip. But this isn't one of those beers. See, they get beer and they're drinking beer. And Backyard Crusher is a drinking beer. Sure, we can tell you all about Egyptian black lime, Mediterranean sea salt and citric hops makes this, a tangy gourd quencher. So easy on the tongue, but that would defeat the purpose.
Okay, so I think a lot of the breweries, we talked about this, off and on for the last couple of years. I think a lot of the craft breweries are starting to make a session beer, period. Like, just give me a flat, straight up lager, and what I like about what some of the breweries are doing, this is small craft breweries or kind of your medium sized kind of regional breweries, are just putting beer on it or lager, just something real plain on the can, so it's just a good everyday mowing the grass type beer, And
that's what it is. This one is a straight up lawnmower beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big push for craft lagers right now.
Yeah, there is, man. There really is. I mean,
which is a good gateway for the macro drinkers. Macro drinkers can easily get switched over with some of that stuff.
Hey, you got to think about it. Like, even your General Motors, has to have that sub $30,000 car, right? I mean, what do most people drive? They just want an economy car. Give me a good compact car that has 4 wheels and some tires and
a lot of volts on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
We've got a Volt driver right here. Yeah. But that's just it. Like, Chevy has the Cavalier, you know what I'm saying, the Volt, the Focus. We have these kinds of cars, and that's what we need in a beer. We need, you want a good quality Ford Focus of beer. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good analogy, because you think about it, the ownership of the people that have the Camaros is a small part of that. Mm-hmm. More people definitely have more of the other stuff than they do the Camaro, for instance.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, and there's a few of us that have, the Camaro LTZs and the the Corvettes and
the Synergy Green Camaros.
Yeah,
Synergy Green Camaro.
You get a Rod J deal on those.
Yeah, right.
I actually yesterday leaving work, I in McKeesport, Mark, I was at at a red light, and across the way at the red light was a limited edition Synergy Green Camaro. And I took a quick picture of it, but it came out too small to share. But when he drove by, I was looking to see if the guy had a ski mask on.
That comes standard equipped.
That would be hilarious, right? That would be hilarious, man.
Although in the Key Sport, a guy driving a car with a ski mask would not be an uncommon sight.
That's true, yeah.
You know, and with the car analogy, a lot of, there's nothing wrong with the good Camry, right?
No.
You're not necessarily going to brag about it unless it comes to gas mileage. And the gas mileage would be equivalent to the price, wouldn't it? For a beer?
You can always count on it.
There you go.
Right.
Beer you can always count on it.
That
Beer you can always count on it.
there's the session beers that we drink that would be comparable to the Camry, right? Not necessarily going to brag about it, but I just drive the damn thing every day, and it works, and I've got 250 million miles on it. You know what I'm saying? What do you want? And it's cost me $5 to run. So what do you want? And that's the way these beers are.
Get you where you want to go every time.
Yeah, I've got the limited edition Ferrari in the garage, right?
You do?
I do.
I didn't see that when I was there.
No, I've got the box.
Okay.
And I open the box, and then you can see all the Hot Wheels that I've got in there. Limited
edition. Says some assembly required.
Yeah, I've got the Italia in there and all kinds of good stuff, man. Yeah, I'll have to whip those out. Yeah.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Let me whip out my Italia.
Laser saddles.
My big Italia. Yeah. What you think about that? You impressed? Yeah.
The Quattro Port.
There's only one made, baby. You want to ride?
You want to ride? Ride or die, baby. Ride or die.
Ride or die. So we better go fast. That's all I got to do. We better go fast.
Speaking of everyday beers, has anyone else here tried the Natter Day yet?
No.
Any thoughts on it?
No.
I'm telling you, if you try it, I guarantee you'll be surprised by it.
Natter Day, huh? Okay.
I guarantee you'll be surprised by it. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, Skittles, I'm gonna jump off and you guys have fun, okay?
Okay, man. You
all right, man. Good seeing you, man.
I'll be back next week, all right?
Take it.
Is that from Triple Rock, or who's that from?
Who? Days?
Natural Light.
Natural Light.
Oh.
Don't try to get fancy with it, Joe.
Yeah, because there's a pale
Daddy.
right now.
Yeah,
it got a decent rating too, and everything. Yeah, and
they had it at a tournament or a beer thing in Missouri, and it was blind tasting, and they got picked as the best new beer, and people were shocked when they found out it was Natter Day.
Oh,
yeah. Well, you think about it. For Budweiser, they brew millions and millions of barrels, and it's all very consistent. So they can brew good beer if they want to. They just have to, be able to justify it on their spreadsheet.
Again, I've got a video out there. The Bud American Ale, as long as they brewed it, I had it in my fridge. Boom. That was right before the buyout or the merger, whatever you want to call it, with InBev. It was right before. The minute they came out with that beer, it was in my fridge. Boom. It was, even with all the problems I had with it. If you remember, the whole top of the bottle came off on the fuel. They sent me some free 6-packs. I did all that live on air. I called them so everybody could hear it. And to her credit, she gave me free beer.
And then you got those 6-pack and you put little microfracture cracks in it.
Again! Just add me to your mailing list, baby. I'm just saying. I loved that Bud American Ale. And to me, they haven't brewed a beer that good since. As far as big macro beer. That was fantastic. All American ingredients, brewed, I think, as far as I know, only in America. and it was fantastic, man. I thought it was for Budweiser. It was good. I have no idea why they squashed it. I thought it was one of the best beers they ever made. But
I had no problem with their bean beer. It was better than I thought it was going to be too.
They've had what is that series of beers that they came out with?
It's like Copper or something, I think.
Yeah, Copper series, I think. Yeah, Copper Reserve series, I think. Yeah.
Oh, the Repeal Reserve from 1933. That was okay.
I think they had 4 beers in that.
Yeah, the Discovery one I think is the one now, right out, or the Moon one.
Yeah, something like that. But it hasn't been too bad, and some of them have little hints of what that American ale was. But boy, I'm telling you, if they came out with it again, I'd have it. And if it was anything close to what it was before, God, how long ago? It's got to be 8 years ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
It's been quite a while.
Don't quote me off the top of my head. I'm thinking around 08. I think it might be more than 10 years now.
Yeah, for some reason I'm wanting to say 08, because it was announced and anticipated by me at least for a long time. I really kept up with that beer. I was dying for it to come. At the time I lived in New Mexico, and I was dying for it to come there. And I was asking, and I used to know a lot of people over there, so I would keep up with the beer distributors, and hey, did you get it yet? Did you get it yet? Did you get it yet? And did you get it yet? I was like the kid in the back seat. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? You know. And then it finally hit, man. And I remember buying it at a gas station, man, it was fantastic. I still get people watching that video, man, and asking a lot of questions about that beer. Yeah. Enjoy. God, I haven't had that.
7/4/19. This is one of their better ones. I haven't had one in a while, but this is one of their.
I was gonna say anytime they do the unfiltered Enjoy by, they're really good.
And something new on the can design.
Yeah, and it's 9.4, so it's an Imperial, so it's 9.4%. Very, very good. I give it 4 1/4. It's really, really, really good.
When did they start that? Was it 2012?
The Enjoy by series.
Maybe even before that.
Yeah. I want to say like 10 or 11.
Was it 10?
Yeah.
I am curious. I'm going to look that up. I am super curious about that.
Yeah,
might even be early. Might even be like 2009.
Yeah. This is unfiltered. It's got real nice balance of malt, fruit, hops. I mean, it's just really, and the alcohol is super well hidden. Refreshing, crisp. Yeah, it's very good.
Like I said, whenever they do the unfiltered version, I think it's even better than the standard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, I've had some disappointing ones of those.
Yeah. The Enjoy by?
Yeah.
The last few years.
I haven't
just Stone in
a
general.
long time, man.
I haven't had one in a couple of years. At least.
This is frustrating. It's hard for me to even believe they still do it.
Joe, when I saw your face, I should have known that's what you were.
You're old enough.
This is unbelievable to me.
1970.
They're thinking the young kids can't do math.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Honestly, I have a hard time.
Hey, but looking at a web page about beer is gonna force you to go out and buy a case and get drunk and drive up a cliff or something. Yeah.
Well, it's like a lot of the companies have the Remember Me. At least you do it one time and it remembers your browser.
Yeah. Get the cookie pointed.
Yeah, nothing on here about when they started.
You may not find it on there. Usually you have to go to the fan sites or the unofficial things.
Wait a minute. Oh, I love how they put cigars. This is awesome. So they got pairing notes. They've got appetizers, main course, dessert, cheeses, and cigars.
There you go.
Nice. A Camacho Select.
Yeah.
And Alec Bradley. I've had plenty of Alec Bradleys, but I haven't had this particular one.
So what do they say about this one? Do they say anything about the latest one?
Yeah, let's see. Wow! Ha! Think this is behind a little bit? Yeah, that's crazy.
A year behind.
4/20/2018. Hello.
20.
But here is the new can to their credit. So left to enjoy this beer. You've got 11 days, 7 hours, 7 minutes, and 13, 12, 11, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that guy drinking July 5th.
When that clicks down to 0, the beer sucks.
So you've
got they give it a 37-day shelf life.
It's like Mission Impossible.
So they've got it at a double IPA, 9.4%, 90 IBUs.
Yep.
For this version of Stone Enjoy by IPA, we thought, quote, we don't always have a filter, so why should our beer? By skipping a step, and letting this devastatingly fresh, golden-hued double IPA go unfiltered, the beer takes on a hazy appearance, and its peach and tropical fruit hop aroma are intensified. So, though it may sound like it, this misstep was no misstep.
Yeah, that's a good one. I bought a 6-pack. What was a 6-pack? Was it $9? $9, $9.99, I think, for a 6-pack.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go down and get another one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm gonna go down and get another one because I'm gonna drink a couple of these on the 4th. I think is the plan.
Yeah, like I said, the unfiltered makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's really good. I think I'm going there.
Look at this! Boom! Did I have it? The Escondido, California-based brewery launched the Fresh series back in 2012. Boom!
Oh, very
good. All right.
For some reason, that date stuck in my head.
You got a memory like a bank vault, Joe.
I don't know about that, but this particular beer stuck in my head for some reason. And for some reason, I associated it with 2012.
7 years since they've been doing these? Man,
yeah.
It doesn't seem that long ago.
I was collecting those for a while.
Yeah, a lot of people were. Yeah, it was a big deal when they came out with it. It was a big deal.
And they were really the first brewery to kind of do like, okay, drink the beer, damn it. Don't just drink it. We're putting it out there fresh, drink it, and yeah.
And every batch was a different flavor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A little different recipe. And it was meant to be consumed within 30 days or 60 days, basically.
45, yeah, something like that, right? Yeah.
Then they had 1 or 2 enjoy after beer.
Yeah. Enjoy after, yeah.
Because they had Brett, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, they put bread in those.
So it says, to date, the Enjoy by series has expanded to include unfiltered IPA, coffee chocolate IPA, Enjoy by black IPA, and tangerine IPA.
Yeah. Tangerine was
Where was I for the coffee chocolate?
Didn't they? What was that like?
I think you had it, Joe.
Something? Yeah.
Oh, I did.
It was the red bottle.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. You're right. Thank you.
But I didn't get the coffee or chocolate out of it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for reminding me. Yeah, because it was terrible.
Yeah.
And it was terrible in the aspect that you're not getting what's on the description.
It was a Valentine's thing, right? Is
Yes.
what it's supposed to be?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Yes.
a couple years ago, like 2017 or something. Yeah.
I think, was it one of those beers where you got the coffee but not the chocolate? Or was it the opposite?
I thought it was just like almost just a normal IPA with very, very mild flavors.
I got to look that up.
Yeah, I wasn't getting any of that.
So I opened a beer that relates to 2 conversations. It's a Tombstone Imperial Stout with coffee.
With coffee, all right.
And it mentions that it features Ethiopian organic goji coffee beans from our friends at Presta Coffee in Tucson.
There you go.
So there you go.
Gotta name the coffee. Yep.
Yes.
The only thing they fail on is they didn't say how it was roasted.
That's true.
Well, at least I like when they go that specific though, because at least we can go to the roaster, to where they got it from and find out how they typically roast their coffee.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of cool how they always do. It's like a local, as local as they can probably get, roaster. From Tucson. So it's kind of like a crossover local collaboration.
I want somebody to do like, here's our Maxwell House coffee stout.
Yeah.
Where's my Mr. Olson?
Yeah. Yeah,
Colombian brand.
yeah, we have our own Colombian coffee guy. You know,
Juan does.
yeah, one.
What I want to know is how they harvested it. Did they use shovels?
Oh my
Or did they use
God!
heavy machinery? How
They
did
use-
they do that?
No, it's the goat coffee. That is what it is. It's the goat coffee. Hello.
So they use mules to till it up?
No, you know how.
Goats to shit it out.
Yeah,
Are they like the civet or whatever?
Oh, that weasel.
there's
is it
some
the Celtic,
versions.
breakfast stout that was weasels.
There's
Yeah,
some
eat it.
versions of Ethiopian coffee where they specifically do that. That's an Ethiopian coffee. I think sometimes is excruciated through the.
Yeah, well, that's what Mark was saying. It's that like it's a civet. It's like a weasel.
Yeah.
And so it's like a specific one where they eat the berries and shit
Weasel
about.
shit. Weasel shit
Yeah.
coffee.
And
was
it's
a
Were there
really
any
good-
Brazilians at the table sifting through all the beans, or was it all just Ethiopians?
And then they have South Americans spitting it out, chewing and spitting it out, and then making the beer.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Perfectly digested. Yeah.
Right? Who was? Matter of fact, that was the one that just sold out, right? To Samuel Adams.
Mickler, is that who it is?
Yeah. Dogfish. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dogfish.
Dogfish Head. Dogfish Head made that spitting it out beer, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Where they chew it up and the saliva kind of gets it going, and then they
Okay. Yeah. The weasel one was Mickler. Was the big one? It's like the breakfast stout weasel or whatever.
Yeah.
This is
And that
too-
was actually a really good beer.
Yeah.
I did a review with that. I did it, and I made a breakfast omelet, and I had it with that, and it was really, really tasty. Very good stuff.
This is fantastic. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, a couple years back, you guys remember, I was like getting really bored. And this is what I'm talking about. We can carry on now with what is being put out there now. These breweries are really going out there and really doing some fantastic stuff and creating an even better beer conversation. You can sit around a pub table now, or whether it be a virtual pub table or an actual pub table, and have a conversation for hours like we've been doing about beer. It's great. I love it. I love that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get tiring, because we can talk about so many different varieties of what's going on, and some of that is our education in the process.
Been doing this damn show for 10 years. I mean, we got to over that.
Yeah, we could soak up the whole next hour just talking about the coffee being alone.
Yeah.
So, Joe, you really need to get out and try some of this more Tombstone stuff, because this is, like I said, obviously their IPAs are kind of what they're known for and what I love, but I mean, this Imperial Stout on Untapped is like a 4.14, and like almost all their stouts are rated 4 or higher, and then they do actually really good like Berliner. I had was it Snosberry on here one time that was like bright red, kind of purple color.
Yeah,
and that's like amazing too. So
hey, well, do me a favor, Pat. Next time you remember, text me the address for that place where you get it.
I can maybe send you like the Instagram page. That's where I always watch that. They'll actually announce like when they're driving down to Tucson or to Tombstone and stuff like that, and they always post their whatever they get their newest batch in. They share everything, and so it's pretty cool. You can because you live right now you live in a better area than I do as far as getting a good selection of beer. I have to drive 20 minutes to get to it. This is like I said before, it's kind of like 101 and 7th Street, more or less.
Oh, okay.
If I send you my address, could you tell them to send some beer to my bottle shop?
There you go.
The guy will drive it over for you.
Yeah. You send an Uber over for that, right? Yeah.
Whatever you gotta do.
Send an Uber.
Uber Eats and on the way. Stop here.
Yeah. Just it might be worth your while.
I'll be standing outside with the cash right here. I'm your guy.
Waving the $100 bills in the air.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
funny
big boy,
because,
bring that.
Phoenix, according to the census, is one of the fastest growing cities in America, and then recently of that, there's been pieces written locally as for articles as far as which area of Phoenix is predicted to grow the fastest in the next year or two, and that's South Phoenix, which is the area I live in.
Really?
So they're already building stuff in my area, a Costco, a bunch of other stores, and so in the next 2 to 3 years, it could look a lot different in my area. So I'm hoping that with all this building, hopefully we'll get a brewery or even some tap houses down here, and or even better yet, even better than a brewery would be just to get a cool ass liquor store or a beer store that is a little out there and carries some good stuff.
Yeah, these people were talking about building a second location or buying a second location or whatever. Like I think they were talking about basically like the 101 in Bell on the west side, but I don't think it ever happened. So because that'd be a lot closer for you.
No,
that wouldn't be. Oh, because you go up to 17.
Yeah, no, I never get up to 17.
So how would you? I mean,
anything on Bell would be far.
Well, I mean, closer than because it'd be further west.
Yeah, it'd be
farther.
Kind of. Yeah,
maybe it'd be about the same distance.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay. The thing that sucks is like supposedly the best place for beer bars and restaurants and stuff right now is like Chandler Mesa, which like all like the up and coming restaurants are like the hottest whatever are supposedly all out there, which I'd never ever go over there.
Well, and that's just it, right? Like, because
that's like where Arizona Wilderness, that's one of the big ones. That's where they are.
There's a lot of stuff on the west side that probably East Siders don't even know about, and it's just on the west side, and that's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff in Avondale. Dude, this is so inside Phoenix right now. But there is a lot of for those that are going to be. There's a lot of people that travel to Phoenix, for Christ's sake. So I think it's worth mentioning. But Avondale has a lot of crap, and we're in Avondale, and then you've got Tempe, of course, and you've got Chandler, of course, like you're mentioning. South Phoenix is predicted to be that next sort of area.
Yeah,
I've since I live here, I've seen some of those pieces being written. I get around to some of these areas, of course, where people are moving in and out of, and see some of these communities that are being built. Right now they're like moving around soil, but you know what I'm saying, like it's in the early stages, but it's real exciting to me, because I'm hoping that relates to beer closer in my area.
I'm sure it will. Well, I know like Arizona Wilderness has a second location downtown now, just like a tap house, and I know Wren House is a really big one. I've never had anything from them, but they're supposedly like one of the best in the valley, and they're downtown too. So they're kind of creeping your way anyway.
Yeah,
because it used to be Scottsdale. Actually, used to be kind of the big place for all that. Oddly enough, I mean that was like Scottsdale, Tempe.
It kind of still is, but Tempe for sure, and Chandler, like you say, is definitely there's a lot of stuff happening there, man, and it's part of. And some of you guys that are nationwide that are, not in Arizona have probably heard about Tempe and Chandler from this aspect. Those are very progressive cities, They have a lot of the driverless stuff that you may hear of being in the Phoenix area is there. A lot of those startups, a lot of your tech startups are there. It's a very technical, very trendy, very up and coming, not up and coming, but very trendy place. Like that is where it's happening, for sure. Absolutely. And your greater downtown area, not necessarily super downtown, but your greater downtown area is definitely pretty progressive as well, for sure. But yeah, that's where you're going to see the majority of your driverless cars and everything else that goes along with that. You know what I'm saying? Your loft living and tech, a lot of your tech stuff is all, well, not all, but a lot of it is Tempe Chandler, of course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mesa, some of it's in Mesa too, but yeah.
Yeah, like I said, Mesa is that's where I think well, maybe it's technically Chandler, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there supposedly.
Yeah.
I never go over there, but
Yeah, I am there a lot. Yeah, I'll probably be there Monday. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear those cities' names. My first thought: Cactus League spring training.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, because that is where the whole metro area. There's we've got 15 teams here, for Christ's sake. I mean, there's they're all over the metro, and that's exactly those same areas we're talking about. That's where those stadiums are at. I mean, God help you if you're in those areas during a ball game.
yeah.
God
actually
help you, because traffic's bad enough without it. Whew.
I'm like just down the road, basically, from one of the biggest areas. I think it's like the White Sox and a couple other people in Peoria. They have all the fields right there.
Yeah, well, the biggest area is the Cubs.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Where's that one?
And I believe that one is over there in Tempe.
Okay. Because I want to say we're like White Sox, Mariners, and like a couple others maybe. But,
hey Joe, were you and Bum being big baseball fans? You guys see the send off for Pujols last night?
No, I didn't.
St. Louis against the Angels, or they were in St. Louis. Angels were in the play him, and they brought Pujols in, I guess, for his retirement or whatever, but so he could retire a Cardinal. That. It was pretty cool. Yeah, they gave him like standing ovation for like 2-3 minutes when he came up to bat for the first time.
Yeah, so I didn't hear any of this. So they gave him a 1 day or something, or what?
I guess it was. I thought because they were talking about him retiring now. They were going over his stats and stuff like that. They were showing the video of it. He was 1 for 2, and I don't think he's back for the season. I just think he was there to retire as a Cardinal.
Right?
Yeah. He signed him on a contract so he could retire, so he could play in the uniform and retire.
Yeah.
Oh, this is news to me. I had no.
Yeah, it was on ESPN. Review on again, but yeah, if you catch any of the ESPN video, you'll see it.
Yeah, me too. This is news to me as well.
He said they interviewed him after the game, and he said he had to hold back tears like when they were doing it and everything. It was like so emotional for him.
Well, I mean, look, man. He made his. He sowed his oats in St. Louis, right? I mean, that's where the majority of it went down. He went for the money in California, and it didn't quite work out there, really.
Yeah. Well, he had the titles already from St. Louis too. So
yeah. He made his weight in St. Louis. I mean, that he went out. And how can you blame him? I think at the time, what did he get? $35 million a year or something like. He got a mega contract at that time.
Yeah.
Going out there, hey, how can you turn that down?
Well, with baseball, he's probably still getting paid.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they're the only one with guaranteed contracts.
I think he did. I think he did get one.
No matter what.
I think he got a 10-year deal, didn't he?
I think they just stopped paying Bobby Bonilla on his contract from back.
Oh yeah.
I think his just ended like 20 something. Yeah.
I mean, how can you blame these guys, man? I mean, I think he honestly went out there for a 10-year deal.
Yeah.
And I believe it was something like $35 million a year or something like that. It was stupid numbers.
Why wouldn't you do that? I mean, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah. So, how can you blame a guy for, I mean, hey, he's got his rings, now go for the money. You're not going to be able to play the game forever. You only hit, your shelf life is only so high, I
think when you win a championship first and then do it, I don't know, for the common fan, they kind of accept a little bit more. Like when LeBron left to go to Miami in basketball, they were all over him. He won a championship there. He came back to Cleveland, won a championship, then he was loved again. But it's like, if he had won a title first and then left, I think they might have accepted it differently.
Well, LeBron's a different case, man. It's the way he left. The way he left, he'll just never be liked. Like,
they love him there now. He's got a whole bunch of stuff in Cleveland. He's loved there. I mean, some people went out and bought the jerseys they burnt last time, so they went out and bought new ones.
Maybe in Cleveland, but not everywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LeBron's one of those polarizing characters, man, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, just to clarify, guys, there's nothing here about any retirement of Pujols. The the standing ovation. He just made his first return to Busch Stadium since Game 7 of the 2011 World Series.
Oh,
yeah, he's obviously he's close to retirement age, but yeah, he's not retiring.
Well, thank you for that clarification. Yeah, because I hadn't heard anything. That was news.
Yeah, I would have. Even though I haven't been following like I once did, I certainly would have heard if he was retiring. It would have been all over the place.
Yeah.
By the way, we have Marty in the chat saying hi, so I'll make sure to say hi to Marty. But yeah, that's no charge. I hadn't heard anything about that, but yeah, baseball. I definitely keep up with it at a distance. I don't have like a lot of time to keep up with that. In my beloved Rams, for Christ's sake, I don't. There's been a lot of stuff happening with the Rams, and my uncle's been trying to keep me updated. Man, I just don't get a lot of time to keep up with it, you know. So I count on getting feedback like that. But I do. You know what's funny too? I remember being younger, and by younger I mean teenager. And I remember hearing that, you know, as you get older, you get more and more in love with baseball. And I find myself going that way. I find myself, as I get older, a little more into baseball than I am. I still love football, but I am more distant from basketball than I ever have been. And I think I'm not alone. I think the numbers show that, like, a lot of America is kind of distant from basketball these days.
Well, I think it's obvious that baseball is the easiest sport to nap during. So there you go.
As you get older, you nap.
It is. That's a good point, Patrick.
It is, yeah. It is. There is just something about going to a baseball game, though, that is just more. Like football, I go to a lot of football games. Everybody knows that. I've been a season ticket holder for 11 years now, like a long time. I don't drink at football games, not typically. I think I can count how many beers I've had at a football game in all those 11 years. I think it's 3. I think that number is 3 in that many years, because I just don't drink when I go to football games. But in any case, at baseball games, it's just part of the fabric of going to a baseball game.
At baseball games, I'm always in the bar more than watching the game.
I mean, it's a slower game.
Like, they got TVs in the bar. I'm like,
you're even like, why did I even pay to get in here?
You're watching the big screen on the field anyway.
Right, and air conditioning.
You know, it's crazy. You know, but they have so much food at a baseball game. Like, the smells that are going around the park are insane because you have so many different vendors.
And depending on your stadium, you're getting different stuff. So yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's more of a kid-friendly game, but at the same time, you knocked out over there. So it's a little complicated that way, but still, it's especially going to a minor league game, for Christ's sake. There's nothing better for your kid than go to a minor league, like a AAA game or AA game. There's nothing better.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely see there's a lot of kids that are like really hardcore about that. We see where they, you know, have their mitts and they're like keeping scores and all that kind of stuff. And
it's definitely.
Last time I went to the Angels game, it was a Yankee guy and an Angel guy behind me fighting.
Yeah, you get fights at the baseball games.
Yeah.
And that's because they're drinking too. So
yeah, you definitely.
Yeah, they got kicked out.
Yeah, it's, you know what's funny about going to a game in Cali is that there's going to be some fighting. There's just that, you know, the California teams. I don't know if everybody else hears about it as much, but being a Dodger fan, going to games, someone's going to get their ass kicked. You know, that's
especially if it's New York versus California or something like that.
Well, for us, it was the Giants. Like, it just that NorCal, SoCal thing. I
rated it on ESPN.
NorCal and SoCal have been trying to be different states since I was born. I mean, my whole life has been, you know, we want to be NorCal, we want to be SoCal, different states even. So when we play each other, it's like, yeah, F you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and all this and that.
just like the Raiders and the Chargers were.
Yeah, Raiders and Chargers, yeah. But there was something I thought ESPN did that was like the 49ers Oakland one time, and people got into it. Like someone got really seriously hurt.
Oh man, the Raiders in Denver, bro, for real. That is bad. Bad.
Yeah, they're like the English soccer fans.
Tom Jackson still can't talk to Howie Long in public.
That whole division, for real. The Raiders and anybody in that division. The
Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Yeah. That I-70, it was that I-70 thing, man. The Raiders, the Chiefs, and the Raiders in Denver. It was crazy. I mean, I would be, for a while, I don't know if you guys know this, but I worked out of the west side of Kansas City. I worked out of Olathe. A lot of town, probably don't even know that. But in any case, I worked out of Olathe, Kansas, which is the Kansas side of Kansas City, for a little bit. And good God Almighty! I mean, and people hate Raiders. I mean,
oh yeah, Chiefs
hate, and they were. Oh my God! And you'd be driving down I-70, and you could stop in the middle of BF nowhere at some fuel stop and run into somebody that's on their way either way to that game, and they're like, "Yeah, screw them people. I was shoot them."
In Denver too.
Yeah.
That's the I-70 hate train there.
That's what I'm saying. That whole I-70 corridor is just nuts, man. It is nuts.
I think that all grew out of that Al Davis swagger from back in the day. Which in the 70s, I loved the Raiders in the 70s. I love that attitude they had watching them play football.
I have never been a Raiders fan.
Never?
No, absolutely not. But because I'm a Rams fan, I'm a diehard Rams fan. But what I do and have always appreciated about the Raiders is that little grit that Al Davis brought. And a lot of people may feel the way I feel about the Raiders, about the Cowboys. I feel the NFL is better when the Raiders are better. When the Raiders are good, I feel the NFL is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like the NFL is better when the Raiders are good. I feel
their fans are longtime fans too.
Oh,
stick around thick and thin.
You're one of them, right? Your wife is one of those fans. Yeah, the silver.
She's been a Raider and a Dodger fan her whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part. Those Raider fans. I mean, because I have Cardinal tickets, and those Raider fans will. I mean, they buy them up. The Raiders in Chicago. Anybody from Chicago is going to buy Chicago tickets. I mean, God Almighty, the Cubs and the Bears sell like that. It's hard when the Bears play here. It's harder to figure out who is going to buy the tickets faster. Is it a Steeler fan or is it a Bears fan? Because they buy them just as quick. It's crazy.
See, you're talking about teams that have had success. Think about the Cleveland fans; they still buy them. So,
dude, when I was in Albuquerque, there was some very hardcore Browns bars, which blew me away. Dog pound bars. They were. I had never seen nothing like it, and that's in Albuquerque, New Mexico. For Christ's sake, there was at least 2 of them because there was that many hardcore Browns fans. That's pretty dedicated, man. You haven't seen a championship since before Super Bowls, my friend. Like, come on.
That's part of the reason, though, that they probably have the pay still.
Yeah.
People like to, link themselves up with the perennial losers just in case.
Now in Boston, there's babies that have been born and haven't seen a championship since the beginning of the year. So, I mean, this is a long drought for Boston. We got to do a salute to Boston. Them poor people, they haven't seen a championship this year.
Man, I wonder if they can take a loss.
I don't know. It's been weeks.
Speaking about Boston, what about David Ortiz getting shot? He was the wrong guy.
Oh, yeah. How about that, huh? It comes out.
Yeah.
Like, you're kind of like the people that move back to the Midwest, and you're like, what are you talking about? What are you doing living there? Like, come on. You don't make your money there. Do you really have to visit? Move your people out of there. You make enough money. You know what I'm saying? Move your mama out of the Dominican, man. I don't think she needs to be in the DR anyway, right? Is she down there? I don't know what's going on, but you know.
Yeah. Well, DR's a fun place. I mean, I had fun when I went down there. I mean,
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was before all this stuff started happening. Like, tourists started disappearing and dying in hotel rooms.
Fun meaning you didn't get killed.
Yeah.
Well, you're not white, so you're not going to get snatched up.
Fine.
No, the last ones that got killed have been more black people killed than white people there.
It's been the darkies.
Yeah.
The darkies have been getting knocked out.
The white woman got beat up and got out, but the black guy, the black couples are dying in a hotel room. Like, now they're checking the mini bars. We didn't have a mini bar in our thing, but we had the bar right there. I know I went through everything we pretty much had, but
it's the same reason why I don't go to Mexico right now. I don't want my head on a stick. You know?
Yeah. But see, with the Cancun last year, had a blast. Everything. You go to New York and get killed in the alley. You go to New Orleans and get killed.
All those are tourist towns.
You go to LA and do something. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's still, you can happen anywhere.
Still modernized down there.
Yeah. I mean, you go to Peoria, Illinois, and something could happen to you. I don't know why you would be in Peoria, Illinois. I'm just saying, if you were there, something could still happen.
Peoria.
You could be in Peoria, Arizona, too.
That's where shit goes down, man. Peoria. We don't fuck around over here.
Yeah.
Like go to the wrong hood in Arizona and get
Chevy Chase a vacation, take a wrong turn, and
me and all these octogenarians over here will fuck you up.
Peoria, Arizona.
Actually, Arizona might even be bad because people go on hiking trails in Arizona, and things happen on hiking trails nowadays.
I don't.
People disappear on hiking trails.
Yeah,
I don't. You're talking to someone that don't like Peoria too much. I don't like.
Have you been to Peoria or just Peoria, Arizona?
I go to Peoria, Arizona a lot. I hate it. I hate Peoria. That's a communist country to me, man.
Communist?
Arizona.
Is it just old people? Really old people?
I tell you the problem with Peoria, Arizona. They're so anti-truck. They are so anti-truck driver over there. It is insane. They're one of the strictest anti-truck cities in this metro area. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, the last cop that pulled me over, I'm like, yo, I bet you want a delivery here sooner or later, right? You're gonna order something to work out. You're gonna order what are you gonna order? A dining room table? Who do you think's gonna deliver? UPS? What are you nuts?
Those are the groups that put that anti-idling law on you guys.
Oh, Peoria.
That's what happens.
Peoria's like our little California, I swear to God. They're ridiculous with trucks.
Really? Okay, with trucks, maybe. I was saying my problem with Peoria is it's the complete opposite. Like, I wish it was more communist. My problem is it's like hardcore Trump country kind of thing over here,
The problem with Peoria, Pat, is anything that you want to get to you is very difficult. People don't understand. Like I have to call a lot of customers when I'm delivering to them, and I'm like, I'll probably be there in 40 minutes, but you live in Peoria, so it could take me an hour and a half.
That makes sense. I mean, old people are cranky. They need something to complain
about.
No,
not old people. It's anybody. I mean,
you get stopped a lot, like when you're driving through there, like just
they have
like harassment type thing almost.
They have the most strict truck routes in this metro area.
Really?
Peoria sucks.
I had no idea.
Peoria sucks balls. I'm telling you right now. I'm on the record. I could care less. I've been stopped there. They'll give you a ticket. They don't care. They suck. It sucks. You even barely make a turn. And you're like, damn, and the thing about it is they make signs this big, no trucks. Boom. And you don't see them till after you turn. They don't make signs before you turn. They make them after. So you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's not until you get enough experience in the city that they're
pigeonholing you guys.
It sucks, man. It's such a racket, and they know. You go to the guys that I work with, and the guys from other company. Trust me, all delivery drivers talk about it. It sucks.
I had no idea.
I know you don't because you don't deliver stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I'm not wild about Peoria either, like I said, so I'm not offended or anything.
Oh,
don't worry.
Man, trust me, I wasn't either till I started driving in the city. There's a lot of things that happen with pickup and delivery. There's other places like Scottsdale that are sort of strict, but
that's going to be the next Reginald Denny happening over there.
A lot of them are as long as you're local delivering, we're okay. You know what I'm saying? What's that other? Fountain Hills is another big one. But
see, I can see that for sure.
As long as you're local delivering, a lot of them can give us a slide, right? Like, you know, if they stop you, hey man, I'm delivering right here, or I just came out of that area right there, and they're like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them don't even stop you if you're a local guy. If they can kind of tell that you're not a local guy, then they're gonna, you know.
Do they actually ask to see where you were and where you're going to prove that you're actually our local delivery?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I've had the most problems in Scottsdale, I would say, just with regular driving cops, you know, that kind of stuff. But I actually kind of had to duck a cop yesterday, but I was driving a
had to duck a cop.
I was driving an 88 Testarossa without a license plate, so I was like, I could probably get away from this cop.
He'd probably want to pull you over just to see the car.
You're looking for Joe's truck so you can hide on the other side of Joe's truck.
That's what's up, yeah.
Smokey the Bandit.
That happens a lot. That sucks, man, because you know what? Like, it is well known, you know what I'm saying? Like, just pass the truck, get by him, because you don't know what's happening on the other side of that truck. But here in Arizona, this is the problem, because the sun doesn't stop. From the minute the sun rises, it is beaming on you. It sucks. It hurts. It starts to feel like needles. It is very strong. And so shade, you'll take it wherever you can get it. So I get a lot of people that are driving next to me for shade. Like, they're just trying to get, if it's 5 seconds, they want to get a break from the darn sun because it just always shines in your face. It sucks. And I get a lot of people driving next to me. Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel like I'm more aware of how I drive around trucks because of you, Joe. I try to be very conscious. I try to not to, like, switch lanes in front of them too close and all that kind of shit, you know, on the freeway, and
hang out in the blind spot. Yeah, I mean,
and I see people doing that shit all the time, and I'm like,
it happens. Just pay attention. You know, because
they've never driven trucks, so they don't know what it entails.
Exactly. Like, it happens to me so much. This is typically what happens. Even if it's far enough in front of me where it's considered not necessarily cutting me off, or like I'm using another NASCAR. How many places do you go? You get NASCAR analogies. It's not like they're taking my hot dog wrapper off my bumper, right? Like, they're not. You know, if you follow racing, you know what that is, right? So it's not like they're that cutting me off that bad. But a lot of people that do get in front of me, let's say, are typically going to get over another lane, and they're going to end up behind me anyway. So it's like, why not have just done that behind me?
Yeah, in the first place.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we're in traffic, what ends up happening is the person that gets in front of me ends up stopping or ends up slowing down somehow and ends up having to get over a lane or having to make a right turn, or they're coming from the right to get in the left-hand lane so they can turn. They're doing something. So why not have done that in back of me when I'm not going to crush you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make a lot of it. Typically, probably 70% of the time, I end up passing them anyway.
I've never understood that movement where they pass you just to turn right and get off the road.
Yeah,
but it happens so. This I don't want to go into it. Trust me.
Well, you got to pass on the left, right?
It happens so much that it's just a
99 out of 100 times I see it.
It happens so much that I mean.
Quick question: what percentage of trucks, like from here to like California on like the I-10, have like the auto brake where if you get over too quick, you?
That's a large.
Okay, I'm always curious about that because I see some people like get over like so close, and I'm like, is that triggering their auto brake thing and making them?
If you have your cruise on, yeah. It's you know, a lot of cars have that feature now, and a lot of
the radar,
you know, the automatic braking, and if you have your cruise on, is typically what triggers that. If you don't, then that truck could rear end you just as quick as anything else. You'll get a lot of alarms though. What is cool though, I don't know if a lot of cars do this because hell, my pickup's 20 years old. But in a big truck, it'll even let me. A lot of big trucks, not all of them, right? Not all of them have the same features, but in a lot of big trucks, they'll even let you know when someone gets in front of you how fast that person's going, right?
Like a differential, so you know if you need to. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they'll let you know that vehicle's going 67 miles an hour, and so some of them. My tractor doesn't. My tractor doesn't have those features, so I don't. I prefer a lot of the newer tractors that are automatics and all this sort of thing.
Probably the new driver from Swift.
Yeah, Swift guy. Yes, yeah, but no. I prefer to drive an older truck because I don't like all this new tech. I'm one of those old get off my lawn guys. So I prefer to shift my truck. You know what I'm saying? I still have. I'm one of those holdouts, man. We've got a lot of newer trucks, and I'm that guy that's still sticking to it, man. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't work your own knob.
Yeah. Oh no, that's right, damn it.
So that's
that's right, baby. Yeah.
If that wasn't the fork in the road.
Yeah.
I know you can relate to this, Joe, but that's like for my very brief time, I was spoiled by driving in Germany, where it's like everyone is so like obedient to passing only on the left and getting out of your way if you're driving fast and all that. And it's like after that, everything here feels like shit.
Yeah, and driving in the city is a lot different than driving over the road, of course. Once you get out of city limits, a lot more people in general will start to go by the rules of the road. It's
makes sense. They're probably doing that more regularly than.
Mm-hmm. So in the city is a unique beast, right? Because when you drive in a metro area, it's all bets are off, right? Like it's you just have to be so patient, man.
Man, you're talking about a topic that's a sore spot with me. I have to deal with it every day too. So
yeah, Earth knows, man. In California is a whole nother level of beast. Like it's, we have it bad enough. People actually, one of the worst traffic areas that I've ever driven in is that DC Baltimore area, man. It is god awful.
Jam says it's terrible too. Yeah, it is.
It has got to be.
Yeah.
It is just that traffic. That DC Baltimore traffic is bananas, man. It is.
See, I grew up in New Jersey, so for me that's kind of easy. I mean, we just fly up and down the road. But I guess when you growing up on the East Coast, learning how to drive, you're kind of used to it going back home.
Yeah.
But I was when you have traffic like that, people tend to want to like take the shoulders and
that happens.
The road and
the shoulders does happen.
Or whatever.
Yeah. You get people on the shoulders for sure.
Oh my God, yeah, and then see the thing of it, like, coming from New Mexico, being there 23 years, and then I was born and raised in Cali, though. I was born and raised in the LA area, so I grew up with certain things. But living in New Mexico for 23 years, I had fallen out of certain habits, even though I had driven over the road for a certain amount of time. Coming to Phoenix is like a mini LA. As far as a lot of different little things. Hell, our motorcycle cops here look exactly like Chips. They have the same colors, the same everything. Yeah, they actually do. They look just like the CHP. But in any case, there's some of the same habits from California. Because there's so many people here from California, is the way I take it. But you have motorcycles that will typically drive between cars, not as much as California, but it does happen. You do have to kind of be ready for that.
No, lane splitting is legal in Arizona. It is in California.
I don't think it is in Arizona.
I'm not sure as much as it is one of those things that they just let slide.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually legal, but
it's not necessarily legal in California either. They haven't had a law for it either way, so they just let it go.
Yeah, because I see the motorcycle cops doing it too, so I have to watch out for it. It's one of those things, and as far as people passing on the shoulder, I've had cops do it to me. So what am I? You know what I'm saying? Like and they don't necessarily have their lights on every time, and I'm like, what do you do there? You know
when that Krispy Kreme light goes red, I'm just saying.
Right? Hey, man. You can't blame them, man. The donuts are hot. When the sign goes out, they don't know what happened.
I got a part of my drive where the carpool lane is 70-80% people without the they either have the car with the sticker on it or there's nobody in the car anyway.
Do they do the dummies out there? They get a dummy propped up in some of the cars
all the time.
No, they just put the tinted windows on and they think they're not being seen.
There's all sorts of stunts that get pulled. It is crazy. It really is.
When we get here that people drive slow in the left lane, that screws up people driving. So finally, some of the states, some of the states in the Midwest are ticketing people now.
Mark is also in an absolutely horrid traffic area.
Oh, Atlanta? Yeah.
Oh, Atlanta. Yeah.
Atlanta is just well known for its traffic as well, man. That whole what is that? The 285 or
285 that goes around Atlanta, the perimeter. Yeah.
It's been awful forever, man.
It's horrible everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you go around
Michigan and Illinois are bad.
It's worse now than it was then. That's the thing.
Yeah, that Atlanta area is one of. But I'm telling you, man, there is. I've been in it. SoCal is a different beast, right? With that said, man, I'm not going to take LA traffic over anything because it sucks, but God, don't send me to DC and Baltimore. I'm telling you right now, it's just.
You hated DC and Baltimore more than LA?
Man, it's
or do you just put LA out of the thing because LA is just its own beast over there? Yeah. We're retiring LA. It's like
that's all the natural.
LA's like the Angelina Jolie, Halle Berry. Don't even compete anymore against them. So they're just by themselves over there.
The only thing I can compare it to is when we did the chair beer, and we got Zach's beer, and we were like, okay, Zach's different.
Yeah,
everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Zach just on his own level.
Yeah.
I've
thought about moving out to LA a couple times, for work and whatnot, but then I'll be out there for work and it'll be like 10 p.m. stop and go traffic on like a Wednesday. I'm like, no, fuck this.
I mean, you could be at 1 a.m. stuck in not traffic, gridlock, my friend.
Yeah.
You're in a parking lot and you're like, it's literally 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
What's it like during the day?
Just trying to get the fat burger and I can't get there.
People in LA.
That's when everybody takes the surface streets and it's gridlock over there too.
Gridlock on it's bananas. And Phoenix gets like that too, man. But at least Phoenix has times, from a certain time to a certain time. Just write off parts of your life. I swear to
God. Phoenix at its worst is really bad, but most of the time it's not. Most nights on 7 p.m. you don't even have to worry about it at that point. Where in LA you're still got hours to go before.
Yeah, the problem with Phoenix. This is the problem that I see with Phoenix, at least, is that the roads are so god awful bad here that they're just always doing construction somewhere. And I know this is true for a lot of places. But God help me, man. Phoenix is bad. The roads here are awful. They're awful. Even places like Scottsdale are just the roads just I don't know if it's the heat or what it is, but they just don't last long here, man. And you can watch them. I've only been here 5 years. I can see areas where they've redone a road and it's great. And then it doesn't take very long, and you're like, this road's starting to suck.
I think it probably is the heat. I think the heat probably gets them to buckle, and
it's got to have something to do with it because
it does out here.
Some really good engineers working on roads here that come from all over the country and in some cases the world, and working on some of these projects that they have going, these road projects, and. You're just like, and at the rate that they're building, Mark knows because I actually will show Mark sometimes on some of the video chats we have in just a small area how many different warehouses they're building. It's crazy the rate that they're building here. It really is. And South Phoenix is one of the major areas where they're building a lot. I mean, just yesterday, within a 2 square mile radius of where I was at in South Phoenix, there was, I think, 5 or 7 different, at a minimum, 500,000 square foot warehouses that were being built here.
Wow.
It's just crazy the amount of businesses that are coming here. There's so many .coms that I am very familiar with that probably you guys have heard of and don't realize they're in Phoenix because you just order them on .com, you know. But
they're getting some type of tax credits to come there and develop.
I'm sure there is. It's one of the reasons why Phoenix is one of the lowest unemployments in the country. There's a lot of jobs here. There really is. There's a lot of opportunity. It's one of the things that got me excited about moving to Phoenix is that there's a lot of opportunity here. In almost no matter what category, like with Pat, it's photography. With me, it's what do I do? But almost for whatever. I when I deliver in the city, I meet a lot of people from a lot of different categories, a lot of different walks of life. You name it, from doctors to lawyers to you name it. I met an extremely fine professor the other day. Wow! Don't even get me talking about the women here. But whew, she was hot, and I'm like, teach me something. Wow!
Anything, I'll watch.
Oh my gosh, she was good looking. But yeah, I mean, just a lot of different people from a lot of different. I mean, because there's a lot of opportunity here. There really is. There really is. Anybody that's thinking about moving here or trying to relocate to somewhere because you want an opportunity to do something, there's some, stay the hell out, please. But there's a lot of opportunity.
I was gonna say, I would suggest if you're thinking about it, visit right now, and then make your decision.
Yeah, it's hot.
I tell you. You know what? As far as the heat, I hate heat. I really do. I don't like heat. But I have found it a lot easier to adjust to than cold, for sure.
Yeah.
It has been an easy transition, man. I slid right into it. It's because you forget the reality. And come November and January, and you start hearing about some of these other things going on in other places, and you're like, wow, it's snowing? You're like,
well, the AC works, you're good.
You just forget. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's also that like it kind of you can understate actually how nice it is here, like in November, December.
Yeah,
it's like just beautiful.
It is. It's fantastic. It's like, and we're talking about Phoenix, but Earth is in a very similar climate. He's in a very similar place. He's in the Palm Springs area, and it's very, very, very similar over there. So what I always try to bring in Earth on that, because we're in a very similar climate. As a matter of fact, he's even hotter a lot of times than we are.
Yeah.
By an easy couple degrees, if you can even imagine that. I mean,
120, 122. What's it?
I mean, yeah. You can't get more pregnant if you're pregnant.
Right. And that's why I'm talking to you.
It's more like 9 months or 10 months instead of 9 months.
Yeah.
That's why we talking, baby.
Had another 4 weeks. I'm already due.
You was pregnant. I met you. What you talking about? Yeah.
That rain is like a new baby. We need to cool it down around here.
That's great, man. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, we get excited over the rain. Oh, it's rain! Hell yeah! I haven't seen that.
Speaking of rain, what's the humidity like in Georgia this time of year right now,
Mark? Let's see. Let me check. I'm going to check the official weather station. Let's see.
Mark's got an actual. He can document it.
Oh, really?
Okay. So you guys can see that. It says right now it's 77 degrees outside with 76% humidity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean we're right in the sweet spot. This is prime time here in Georgia.
Yeah, Mark's in that climate where the weather matches the humidity.
Yeah. The temperature and the humidity are very closely linked. Like tomorrow it's supposed to be 92, and the
Like,
real temperature is like 105.
Both our AC units work hard.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is that here,
sweats more.
me and Pat's AC, I don't even know where it drips out at. Mark's pours like a faucet.
Yeah, it does. Literally, it's just like water streaming out of the AC.
And Mark would, if he was actually paying attention, he'd think he'd have a leak. Like, do we have a leak? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Same with the car. When you back up out of the stall too, you're like, oh, something's leaking. Must have a blown coolant hose or something.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I had my air go out earlier this week for a day. And the guy came out to split apart, and it was like 84 and 85, and I'm like, I'm dying. I can't imagine what happened to you guys out there.
Yeah, because it gets multiplied above that.
Dude, you run into people here that are just ACs. Like, you will run into some of the best AC you've ever had in your life, for real. Like, there's people that work here that complain about how cold it is in the summer because they work indoors, and they're like, the AC is just, it freezes you out. Like, you'll see it, right? But you run into other people where they're like, oh my God, I had to do. I have a CDL, so you got with a hazmat, which is key. So I am going through this whole process of renewing my license right now. When I went to get my fingerprints done, because I have to get a background check, and this past week, that's part of what I did. That lady said, we just got our AC fixed this week. Today, as a matter, she said that was the first day they had it working. And I'm like, I can't even imagine what it was like in here for a week without AC. I can't even. And she said, because we have to keep all the doors shut because everything's confidential. You know, you're dealing with fingerprints, all that. So it's this little office where you have to get your fingerprints done, and they have to keep all the doors to all the little offices in there shut. And I'm like, yeah, you can kiss my ass, because I wouldn't have been in here. I couldn't. And you run into people like that. Like, there's certain guys that work and they've had their houses for a number of years and their AC has gone out. And I'm like, they call into work to get it fixed because it's no way.
We rented a house in Scottsdale years ago, and the AC went out, and like literally you have to go get a hotel because you just actually cannot be in the house without it.
Warm.
It's just, you will die. Like, that is your options here in this state. Like, that's one of the effects of being so dry, is that you will die, man. Your life can be at risk, you know, if you don't. One of the things, like for myself, I am in and out of my tractor all day. I'm running around doing different things. One of the things I do when I first wake up is start drinking, because you'll never get ahead of it if you don't. Like, you'll be dehydrated and not realize.
You're talking about that McKellar Weasel Stout again, or
can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Yeah, right. Are we talking about the Brute again? Or what's going on? Right? Yeah.
So do you drink like a lot of electrolytes and stuff in the morning, or is it just straight water you're drinking usually?
Water. I'll have a glass of water right away, just to get ahead of it, just to try, because, and you're always kind of like, you know, as a guy, when you're going, you know, you kind of see what you're doing there, and you know, you're kind of always conscious of what the color is, you know what I'm saying, because you don't want to be dehydrated, you know what I'm saying?
If it's looking like orange juice, you need to drink some more water.
You might, yeah. It's
or if you can't go, then you're dehydrated.
Now, I love this handle, the nipple twister of love.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
When I lived in LA, it was 2 years of the worst traffic I have ever seen. I sold my car and bought a motorcycle just so I can lane split. I believe it, man. It is. It is. And like I say, LA, you just got to kind of put it off, because unlike some of these other places, LA isn't quite as well laid out. So at least, like, I don't know if you can say it, dude. I wish there was
old LA, the infrastructure is just dumb.
I wish there was someone that has experienced DC Baltimore traffic and LA traffic, because it's weird, because DC Baltimore does have its loops that you
we're big on the circle stuff on East Coast.
You supposedly can get around. So does Atlanta. A lot of major cities have these loops that you can get around the traffic in. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Circles? You talking about the circles, or
it's like a nasty lie. They lure you into the loop, and then you're stuck. You can't go anywhere.
And then the loops get so bad. They build these initial loops, and they get so bad they build an outer loop, and that's supposed to be the answer. Like, oh, this outer loop, we're gonna build that, and that's gonna be the cure. Well, give it a month after that loop is done. That one's just as jam-packed as the other one. So, like, now you've got 2 loops of jammed-up traffic. Like, it's crazy. But, it's funny because LA is just, there's no way around it, really. You know what I'm saying? There's no real... Yeah. The way it was built and everything, it was just kind of like, it was kind of like some dude just kind of, oh, you want to, okay, here, look, we'll do it right here. And we're like this. And, and he's kind of just doing it with his heel of his boot, just kind of planning it out like that. Like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do it like that, so there's no rhyme or reason to some of those highways out there. It's bananas. And
like those off ramps that are just sudden and like 10 foot long and come to a stop and then a T at the road.
Maybe they should put it in a subway. Oh, wait, they tried that. Never mind.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. They tried that a little late. Yeah.
That was money down a hole, literally.
And sadly,
thinking about building a monorail.
Yeah, they're
monorails aren't bad. Vegas, the monorail is pretty popular. Getting around the city.
It's funny, right? Like the traffic situations in our areas are very interesting, aren't they? Like very, very, very polarizing, right?
I was told as a kid by this time I'd have a Jetson card. I don't have it still.
Yeah. What's my flying card, damn it?
Right.
No, Rod. The clarification on that is you can have one, but is it going to do what you expected? Like, is it going to work, or is it just like a Matchbox car? Is it like some kind of die-cast?
Elon Musk said we were going to be flying here pretty soon. So
yeah.
Elon Musk whole thing is doing it underground.
Yeah.
And like he smokes a lot of weed while he's
it's a lot of weed induced. Yeah.
So
he can land a rocket.
Yeah. on a barge in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah.
I would rather be in the Amazon rocket than the Tesla rocket at this point. I feel like the Amazon rocket is on better ground when it gets there. Like it's
probably.
What's his name again?
Elon Musk.
No.
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bezos he's had his affair and everything, and
he lost a lot of his money.
His wife is now one of the
$1 billion affair.
World. Yeah. But
Can you say for that amount of money he lost? That better be some good stuff. That's all I'm saying.
You better be.
I mean, that's some Harlem Night sunshine. Better be in that.
Yes, dude. If you know the analogy, you know the analogy, right? I mean, let's talk, dude. That analogy.
We throw it in the air, sunshine.
And his voice saying it and everything is just beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. That is a perfect analogy. Oh, yeah, that is. And I don't think Bezos had sunshine.
No, I don't think so.
What was her name anyway? Do you remember that? Because she was fine.
Well, in the movie, it was just Sunshine because Eddie Murphy was like, "Why do you meet or whatever or something."
I know, but the actress's name.
I can't remember who the actress was that played her. I have to look.
She is.
Yeah.
She's hotter than a firecracker too, man. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
And I like another one of Red Fox's analogies too. You know, yeah. Look, I just, or was it actual Richard Pryor? Because he was like, I just want to go hard for like 30, 35 minutes. When he was talking about that having sex all night, he was like, no, babe, no, look, I go good for 30, 35 minutes, and then I'm going to catch up on my sleep. You know what I'm saying? What's up?
Oh, wow. That was actually Layla Rashawn who played
it.
Yeah.
But wasn't she the same one in Boomerang that had the bad toes that Eddie Murphy didn't want to hook up with or something? Or afterwards? You remember the movie Boomerang? He pulls the blanket back on the toes. I think that was her in that role, too.
Yeah.
That was a deal breaker.
She was a beautiful, beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunshine.
Great.
Della Reese just nails the line delivered in the movie too.
That was a great line. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was you gotta. Yeah, that was. Anybody hasn't seen Harlem Night? Is Harlem Nights one of the movies I have on Laserdisc? I'm trying to think. I have movies on Laserdisc, and I know I had Harlem Nights, and I'm trying to think of that.
Do you have a Laserdisc player?
Yes, I still have. Oh, I should hook it up.
I think you should start collecting vintage laser discs, Joe.
No, yeah. I've got enough diseases.
Top Gun. I sold back in my day when I sold appliances. I sold a bunch of big screens by playing the Top Gun laser disc.
You know what was one of the major laser discs that I have was Top Gun. I don't know if I still have it, but that was one of the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And so was Big.
Oh, the piano scene, all that stuff. Yeah.
Tom Hanks' Big was another big release on Laserdisc, and if I'm not mistaken, so was Saving Private Ryan. I think Saving Private Ryan was one of those really late releases on laser.
It'd be one of like the last major movies to be on laser.
Yeah,
that's like one movie I've never seen.
Get out of here, really?
Oh, really?
They showed it uncut on ABC several times.
Yeah, I never really that interested in seeing it much.
Get off the show now, Rod, and watch.
You know what?
I'm more of a Matt Damon fan. I watch a lot of his stuff, and a lot of the other guys that I know were in the movie. I like watching their stuff. I just never sat down and watched it.
Yeah, we need a book report from you next week on this.
You got a week to watch Saving Private Ryan.
I'm going to bid you
Good Morning Vietnam.
I'm going to bid you a fond farewell tonight, guys. Got to hit the hay. Got to wake up early in the morning. So.
All right.
Okay. Well,
and my final words are, hey, Joe, good job on keeping the show short.
Yeah. It's been on my mind for an hour already.
This is what happens when you talk about traffic.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys next week.
Cheers,
Later, bum.
Yeah.
So technically, Joe did start late, though.
He did start an hour.
That's what I was trying to. I'm like, okay, I started late. Because in my mind, the whole time we're talking about traffic, and it's this polarizing subject, and I'm trying to, and I'm standing for a reason, because I'm like, if I stand, I'll keep the the show short, and boy, that was 13%. I'll keep the show short. So, and I'm done with that beer, and but I just, it was that polarizing traffic, and I'm stuck in traffic. And what do you have to say, Pat?
What?
See, so that's what. If you notice, we didn't have Coach in the chat.
Yeah, Coach was
on the road.
He's on the road right now. We might have a meetup with Coach tomorrow here.
Oh, so really?
I am very, very hopeful. Fingers crossed that we'll have another Share a Beer meetup right here. This would be quite exciting. I thought it did any of you guys that were in, for those of you that don't know, sometimes we have, or lately we've been having these messages during the week in the Hangouts app. with the Google Hangouts app. And did anybody that was in that chat think that he was coming here today? I thought it was for today.
I did for a little bit, yeah.
But
I think he's showing up there tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Driving to where he's going later tomorrow night.
I by accident called him. I didn't mean to call him, but by accident, I thought I was just hitting it to open the message so I could read the latest messages.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it called him. And so we ended up kind of FaceTiming on there. And that's when he clarified it to me. He's not going to be here just till tomorrow night.
Okay, cool.
Well, tomorrow afternoon. I told him the earlier the better, please, because Sunday is my getting ready for the rest of the weekday. So I thought it was tonight, though. So I was hopeful that he'd be showing up actually around now.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe there would be a possibility of a coach jumping in during the show.
Yeah, that would have been.
That would have been epic. So,
yeah.
I mean, we had one other person from the show on here before, you know.
I know. I almost thought about texting you, see if I could bring you some of these Tombstone today too, but I didn't want to invite myself a second time. So.
Oh man, that's fine. That's fine, man. That was cool. We hung out for a while, man. It's always fun to hang out with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Late Sundays, huh? Oh, late Sunday is tough though, but yeah, we'll get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's one of those things where you might sacrifice an hour or two of sleep just to hang out with head coach for an hour or two.
Yeah, late Sunday's tough. He was talking at first about wanting to meet in Tucson. For anybody that does come, if you end up in Tucson's a couple hours away, so you're talking.
Yeah, it's like 100 miles south of you, almost.
You're talking like almost 4 hours round trip for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if it's planned out, maybe, but boy, a last minute thing is really, really tough. As Ruben knows, because Ruben has people that live there, and we haven't seen Ruben in the show for quite a while, but he has been in Tucson quite a few times, and it just hasn't quite worked out. It's a 4 hour deal for me. You know what I'm saying? You're talking a couple hours out there, a couple hours back.
It's plus the time spent.
Yeah, and the time.
Yeah, so you're 6-7 hours in.
So it's because actually, you know, when you start talking that way, me and Earth ain't really that far, but you start talking, you know, a round trip sort of thing and all that, and it gets tougher, you know. So you know, those are the things that kind of keep us away, right? So it's like. Tucson's kind of, otherwise I could just go to Tombstone and get the damn beer myself. You're not talking that.
Screw you, Pat. We don't need you.
I just make my own damn trip down to Tucson's actually farther than Tucson, but yeah, it's if you're gonna be in Tucson though, you might as well from here. You might as well make the little bit farther trip and go to damn Tombstone and get the damn beer yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if you're already, you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those deals. You're already there. Like if I'm in Chicago, hello, I'm gonna make a trip to Hop the Butcher and get me some beer. I mean, that's just gonna happen. You know. But yeah, I'm hopeful that next month as well we can meet up with Chase. I'm hopeful, crossing my fingers. You don't know, you know what I'm saying, but hopeful that we can make that happen while I'm in the Carolinas. That'll be a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? So, trying to make some of these share a beer meetups happen, man. You know, a lot of fun.
Nice,
a lot of fun.
We get there eventually.
Yeah, eventually, you know. So,
it's definitely a good time. When I met Mark, it was a good time. So.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time.
Yeah.
Well, we're going up there again in a couple months. I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. We'll get you to a different brewery when you come up this time.
Yeah. Yeah,
You've had enough years, and I'm sure all of us will
she's
meet up at some point.
Gone, so it'll just be me.
I'm definitely on a mission to do something where a larger group of us can meet up at the same time, you know. And I have a feeling like it could be Denver, and I, you know, there's a lot of reasons why I think that it could be Denver. Denver's a really easy place to commute. If you don't live there, Denver's got its traffic issues as well. But if we don't live there,
it's like, what are you, high, man? Well, yeah, I am kind of high.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Going high. I still look high. What?
Yeah.
But I think that Denver is just an easy place to. You don't necessarily need to rent a car there. You can fly into there, use public transportation, get around just fine. It's an easy place to spend a weekend and get out. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, flights are usually pretty easy to get there too.
And it's a beer centric place. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of in the middle ish for a lot of us. So I'm trying to make one of those sort of trips happen for even if it's for a lot of us. I don't know. Maybe for some of us, Idaho might end up being the meetup place. But we'll see. I keep trying to put it out there, and we'll see what works out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe next year could be that year where we can actually have a group of 4 or 5 of us. We'd have had 4 people, haven't we? But it may be a larger group than that can meet up. Because that was a lot of fun when we had 5 of us met up, right, in Denver.
Yeah. Me, you, Tom, Zach, and Paul.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun. So, and then in September there's going to be 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
With the boss. You know, we have the boss that's not on camera. That is typically I consider part of the show.
Master. She kind of keeps things in control. Yeah. Yes, sir. I'll do that.
And then the time that I went down there, we still had 5 because we had Crusher and we had AJ and Crusher that are part of the show. So that was still 5 beings from the show. You know, we don't get real technical on people here, but if we're counting beings that are part of the show, that counts. Right? So that was, that's all cool. In any case, we're out of here, guys. Thank you so much, man, for everyone that jumps in. Rajay and we had Tom in here, and boy, we had some people in the chat I've never seen. Nipple Twister of Love.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there we go.
Come on, how does that?
Best new name in chat.
You've officially made it, Joe.
Yeah, that's Nipple.
I mean, really.
Is that a show title? Is that the show title? That's like the guy's handle is the show title, isn't it?
What an honor.
The nipple
Could very well be.
I think the show title should be "Watch Whose Nipples You Twist."
Oh. We had M Solar.
Nipple Twister of Love while in traffic.
I think we've seen M Solar in here before, and Marty Stamp.
Marty Stamp.
Camp and Eric we've seen in here before, and Dirk, of course, we've seen.
Stampolkowski, that's an interesting one. Hey.
Yeah, Stampolkowski, is that it? Thank you for clearing that one up. Slimmer, I don't think we've seen it here before. He said, Joe, you bloated. Yeah, please. I've been bloated for a long time, man. But yeah, the Nipple Twister of Love. I can remember a whole period of life when it was all about twisting nipples. Did you guys go through that stage? All right. I want to say it was my freshman year of high school.
I don't know.
More the twister than the twisty, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think from high school, like into my first or second year in the service, was just nipple twisting. Those were the nipple twisting years, I think.
It was worse. The nipple twisting and the cup checks.
Yeah, that was a big cup check.
18 to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Late teens, early 20s. Yeah, you're right, Mark. Yeah, that was I think that might still be the whole season for people now. Like that's the whole dude circle of life, right? Like
come check you down the ground, you son of a bitch.
No, cut check. Oh, cut check. You know,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
You know. Oh, you got me, man. Oh,
you got me good that time.
Oh, you got me. Yeah. Yeah, that's that whole. Yeah. If someone come check me now in the state of Arizona, boy, you better be careful. You know, too many cup checks over here, man. There's a lot of concealed carries here.
Yeah.
You know, you could be risking your life.
Yeah, cup check could be end of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
When,
9mm.
Yeah.
On ESPN right now, just because we all like watch the sports and stuff, I think we're that much closer to actually seeing dodgeball on ESPN because they're showing the National Cornhole Championships right now.
No, they have had dodgeball.
That's what I'm saying. They've been building more and more with that.
National Cornhole. Wow.
To get there.
You mean before it becomes an actual official league?
Yeah, no, they have had dodgeball leagues before. I remember them covering it
on ESPN.
Yeah, I remember. I specifically remember dodgeball. It was God.
You sure you just weren't watching the movie?
No.
I think I've seen it too. I don't.
Yeah. It's been a ton of years.
But it was more like underground type.
Yeah, there's been a bunch. It's been a bunch of years ago. I was still in New Mexico for sure, and I remember because it was
like the UFC used to be back.
Yeah, it was an underground kind of, and it was getting so kind of big that there was even local dodgeball leagues. Like in Albuquerque, I can remember there was a lot of hype about, oh yeah, man, we're gonna have a dodgeball league and all this and that. It was like a big thing. I want to say it was around when those movies, wasn't there 2 movies, dodgeball movies?
Yeah. This is the first one, I thought.
Or maybe there was just one.
Yeah, I haven't played dodgeball in 48 years, but I'll play it again. I mean, I'm up for it.
I know they got a lot of co-rec leagues in places and stuff.
We have some drunk says nope, and NYR fan forever says, "Can I jump in? What's the link?" Oh, we're trying to get out of here.
Try next week.
Yeah, we've been known for doing 7-hour shows. We said we'd never do that again, and then we did. I think did we do an 8-hour show?
I don't think we quite did 8.
I mean, at 8 they shut you down, right? They're like, okay, you got to go home now.
Oh, he says it's Jonathan. It's Jonathan. I do remember Jonathan. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, bro. We're trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
We've been trying to keep it at about under 2 hours, and I think we're just over 2 hours now. I think.
Yeah, we're going on 3.
Going on 3 at this point.
So we want to get out of here. We've been trying to get out of this show for at least a good half hour. So
I think I'm kind of a curse for long shows. I realize.
Blame it on Patrick.
We will blame it on Pat. Yeah.
It's like this is like the phone call. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
Yeah. No.
Hey, there were a lot of high school nights that people did that.
No. Okay, when you go to sleep, I'm gonna hang up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's something about gingers that just keep you going, right? Like it just give you energy. It's something about the ginger. Just gives you energy.
Is this a tease to try to get that big meetup to happen?
Yeah. Right. Okay, we are out of here, man. We're done. All right, man.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you guys, man. Peace out, man.
See you
later.
Later.